as you would appreciate if you can link with previous discussions, that many times what is going to happen, that businesses are going to make some type of mistakes every now and then, yeah, for various reasons, for their quest to be more innovative. Maybe they are in a rush to launch a product or service in the market. For various reasons, this thing is going to happen many times. And you can link it especially with yesterday's conversation discussion, um, and so on. So yeah, mistakes you are going to make, and we understand that hopefully people will learn from their mistakes, although that is not always true. Sometimes people are making same type of mistakes, and so on. But for international businesses, when they make mistake and they learn, that is fine. But is another thing which many times we don't look at in our undergraduate courses, all the courses. No one really, at least to my knowledge, no one really talks about the art of apology. When you make a mistake, how to apologize, what are some of the things you might want to consider in doing that, because this when you make a mistake and your customers don't know the background of what really happened behind that, and customers don't really care about your mistakes, to be honest. um, and you can think about it, any product, any service you like, why do you like it? Because it is good product, it is value for your money. If they were making a lot of mistakes and not giving you what they are promising, you are going to maybe give them one more try if you are really passionate about them, and then move on to the next competition, and so on. That is how it is. That is how it is. In many countries, they run campaigns, and link it with yesterday's conversation, please, that buy local, buy yeah, support local farmers, support local production, yeah, buy local, yeah, go and buy your own country products. Many countries do these type of things every now and then, if you observe. um, but do people really just buy local because it is made in their own country, just because of that? Does that really happen in reality, in practicality, if you look at the global scheme of things? Maybe not, because customer, to get what he or she wants, best value of their money, of their investment, at the end of the day, that is what they are looking for. If they are going to pay high price, they are going to ask for a higher quality, higher aesthetics, higher looks, whatever you want to call it. So if their local product they think is more expensive than the alternative product which is available in the market, and it is made by some other country, at the end of the day, very few customers are going to go and buy local, very few, if any, just for the sake of supporting their country. Maybe you guys will buy. I'm not talking about you. You are good, patriotic people, love your country and so on. That is fine. But it has nothing to do with patriotism or liking or loving your country. It is just human psyche that, okay, I am giving $10. This is what I am getting. Uh, can I get same type of product in $8? Is it possible? If customer is going to get it, is going to go there. Think about it. When you go in the shop and you are buying, do you see which country it is made in? Do you look at that and that is your focus? Maybe sometimes it is your focus, but generally people look for the quality and price, and they just get what they want and they move on. um, so in that in all of that, The company is trying to innovate, bring new products, services, and in all of that, they are going to make mistakes and they will learn and improve their company. Yes, that is fine. But from the angle of customer customer don't really care. And this is what Nasir is saying is very interesting example. Nothing against China, they make great products, but almost every country you go to buy any product, let's say you go to buy, let's give example, you go and to buy some car part, automotive part, and you go to the shop and you say, okay, not the dealership, the regular shops, you go and say, okay, I need brakes for my car. And they say, okay, here are the brakes, they are genuine, real, made by the company, and the price is $40, let's say. Yeah. And the customer say, oh, $40, that is a lot. And do you have any other anything less price? And you say, yes, I have same brakes, but they are different quality, made in China. So you want it? The customer says, how much? He said $20. So now some customers are going to maybe buy genuine real parts to take care of their car and whatever, it's some people do that, yes. But there are many people who are going to say, give me give me the brakes made in China, yeah, and save money. And okay, I will be able to, I can change it early, I can change it early. If the real brakes are going to run for 5,000 kilometer, maybe the made in China are going to work for, I can change them after 3,000, 4,000, and get a new one, still safe. And I don't really care about genuine real part and non-real part. Yeah, this is maybe in developed country, maybe it's not such a big issue, but based on what I'm looking at, almost every country in one sector or another, some other type of product is going to come. You can read on like counterfeit items, counterfeit, the non-genuine items in any category, like girls buy bags, uh, buy belts, clothes. Uh, the If you are going to buy the uh, real, real belt or bag made by, let's say, or shoe for men made by LV, it is going to cost you a lot of money. But same market, you can go and get the same looking belt, and it's less price, and people will know, maybe because of your overall lifestyle, like, okay, this is what you drive, this is what you eat, this is where you live, and from this you are wearing this, so it has to be fake. But but it's an interesting thing, watches in every, so this is another a very big issue for international business. um, Very big issue, like counterfeit, fake items. You can look, just run a Google search, just like, uh, um, Rolex watches, fake, maybe, and then look it up. Yeah, look at up these type of things, and they are giving, yes, some tricks that you can find out, but not from the, if you don't let anyone touch it, and you are just wearing it from a distance, they they look they look they look very, yeah, this is counterfeit goods. Yeah. So you can look at in anything, whatever, maybe LV, I don't know what is brand protection, for example. LV has given this zero tolerance policy to counterfeiting, following its respect for creativity and so on. So they have even made a zero tolerance policy. They are going to now, um, they are going to, see, brand protection. What is this? All of this. They, in different countries, people make these type of things, shoes and all different type of things, whatever is, and they are, of course, they are not legal, but they are being sold. So all of this, yeah, uh, fake bags and all of, so you need to read on these things and so on. But anyways, I'm drifting on. What I really wanted to say is that, so companies are going to make these type of um, mistakes to learn and so on, but customer consumer don't really business with that. It is not customers thing. And in all of that, if company makes mistake, customer is not going to understand the background of that mistake. So then it is always important that, well, I should not say always important. You have to consider if it is important or not. It is just an idea that some apology, um, some showing some regret about some failure, which the company made. Yeah, showing some. And if you look around and in the media, in the, you are going to see these type of reports that the company apologizes, comes out, they say, oh, we this happened, we are sorry, this happened, we will ensure that this does not happen again. For that we have put on this 1 2 3 mechanism. We are watching the situation very carefully. I hope you understand and keep on doing business with us. This was a one time thing, it is not going to happen again, and so on, apologies. And then they publish it in the media and so on. Some other companies, sometimes they don't apologize. But I just wanted you to reflect on this, that if we are going to make mistakes anyways, even if we are not in international business, even in our private personal lives, we are going to make mistakes. And for some people, it is quite difficult to say that I am sorry. It is. For me, it is not a problem. If I have made a mistake, um, most of the times, not always, most of the times, I don't have that problem uh, of saying sorry. But I have observed that many times people have this limitation, that even if they are sorry, they are a little reluctant to say it out for whatever the reason. You can now, I don't know what is your style. You will have to think about yourself now, that what type of how you deal with this. I'm sure you make mistakes. Everyone does. Nothing is wrong in that. We should avoid mistakes, but things happen. And what do? You apologize, you don't apologize? How do you apologize? What are the words you use? What is the body language? When you apologize, do people generally forgive you, or your apology is not strong? They think, oh, this is a weak apology, this they do not really mean it, and so on. So for in personal life also, it can be very important, the art of apologizing. But in international business, because the stake is very high, extremely high, that is why it becomes even more important to apologize and acknowledge that you have made the mistakes. I have posted this example for you. For example, Toyota's head is here. He is in the court. He is some brake failure happened in one of their models, and because of not taking care of one of the parts, and they had to just launch the product, and for that some brake problems and so on. And now the top leadership is there, and they are apologizing, and they are in the court and so on. And but what I want you to reflect on is that, yes, you must have seen many people apologize. Maybe many people apologized to you in your life. Maybe they did something wrong with you, and later on they came and they said, oh, I'm sorry, I did not mean that. So I want you to reflect on that. Do you take that apology, or you think it is fake? What makes you think that they really mean it, and what makes you think that it is a fake apology? What are the characteristics of an apology which you accept, and what are the characteristics of an apology you don't accept. Same thing you should do for yourself. When you make a mistake to other people and they forgive you, what are the things you think you have done? Maybe you will not really know directly yourself, but I think it is maybe you can ask them sometime, like if you said sorry to someone and they forgive you, and how quickly if they forgive you, that also is important. There are some relationships where people are forgiving, like parents and family and that type of thing. I'm not talking about that. That's kind of different. Generally speaking, there, because the blood relationship is there, so it's different type of relationship. But outside of that, um, uh, what what makes you say that, oh yes, this is a is maybe if you apologize someone and they forgive you, you should reflect on that. um, you should maybe ask them that why what after a period of time, maybe not right away because the thing is quite fresh. Maybe after a time, just casually, just yeah, I made that mistake, you are very forgiving, what made you decide very quickly, or why did you take time? Just don't pressurize them, of course. Just in a environment where we don't know that you are really asking, just in a casual way, you have to find, ask them. Is it good to understand that I because over a period of time, you want to see that these human beings around, and even with the companies, like when companies publish and their apology letter or something, read those letters. Just run a Google search. Um, 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 Various or individuals, like there are many cases, like this case was very famous. Honorable President Clinton and Monica Lewinsky, yeah, that affair which the president had with a girl. And he came out, and first he, I think, I don't really know the full story. I did not really follow it that much, or maybe I'm forgetting. But it was a big thing, like scandal. Yeah. So when he came out, uh, this is what I'm talking about, Clinton Lewinsky scandal. Yeah. So when he when and then he made apology. And you should look at the clips. Just run Google search and look at the clips, and uh, read the comments on YouTube and read other places. Like, did people think that he mean it, he's sincere? Because he was president, and president has a lot of resources. Like, he has very intelligent people around him who guide him, who tell him that, okay, make speeches are, many drafts of speeches are written. Amazing people are working in the prime minister office, very talented, very experienced. I've seen it all, basically. Are well read from top universities. They are writing his thing, and they are making him deliver it. As the best coaches are there, that this is how you are going to say. But still, you will find that people did not really believe that he he was sincere or something, the way I am remembering it. So listen to his apology and see what worked and what did not work. Other cases, it does not have to business or international business. It's just, I just want to discuss apology, that when, no matter you are in international business or not, you're going to make mistake. What are the things which can happen? So look at the like Tiger Woods case, Tiger Woods scandal. You know, uh, Look into that. Yeah. Yeah. So, and he apologized, and then again, I think his wife, maybe, I don't remember if his wife stayed or she moved on. Let's check. Yeah, she moved on. Yeah, she moved on. So this is our wife. Quite a girl, if you ask me, but these things happen. Yeah. So, um, so how did he apologize? Just just run some searches on YouTube and see why people did not agree to his apology. Um, Recently, I think this world richest guy, one of the richest guy, I think Bill Gates also had some scandal or something. um, I don't know if he came out and he apologized or not. See, he had a reputation for questionable behavior and so on, and again, unfortunately, very long marriage he had, I think. Let me see, very long, I think, very long, um, from way back, because yeah, from 94 to 21, like 21 plus 6, 27 years of marriage, and something happened there, some scandal, and they moved on with this also. I don't know the details, but I'm just not interested in details. They want to have fun this way. This is their way of having fun. So uh, it is, you can link it with ethics. Now, these are very famous people I'm talking about. President of US, and also, I'm not judging anyone. I'm not judging anyone. I'm not saying that they should not have done it or whatever. I'm not doing that at all. At all. I don't know. We don't know what was going on in their life and why they did it, and these things are very complex. And at least I don't have that much of intellect. I don't know about you, but I don't have that type of intellect to really say that if they did something right or wrong. Well, I'm just focusing on that they made a mistake, they apologized, people said this is the right apology or not right apology. How did people react? So I want you to reflect on these things, that when people accept apology, what do you do when they don't? And this is quite personal thing for you now. Like, you will have to now see this in your life. Like, how do you say the thing and people oblige you and they say okay, and when they don't, and over a period of time you will learn your strong points, and then you can use them in your advantage, I think. But of course, I don't need to say that you are not going to trick anyone or anything. You are nice people. So, but if you make mistake and you think that you need to come up with your best way of apologizing, yeah, you 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 do it. And I think that is important. And wherever you will go, then international business or not, when you will make mistake, you will say sorry in a way which is going to be compelling, and people would be more forgiving. And I think this is going to take some time. It is not something which happens overnight. It takes time, deliberate effort, and over a time you understand that what is the right fit for you. I'm not going to play this clip. You can watch it in your own time, I think. And this is very interesting clip, anatomy of an apology. The guy is giving TED talk on how to apologize, what are the things to do, what are maybe. I think it's important to know these things. If we are going to make mistake, we might have to. We are maybe better off to apologize also. But But again, I'm not saying that whenever you make mistake you should apologize. It's your choice, your choice, what you want to do, what you want to do. um, and generally, uh, um, it's up to you. That is your call. um, Anything I say during the sessions, I never mean that this is what you should do. What I mean is I'm sharing my thoughts, and you think about those things, and then you decide what you are going to do. This is exceptional TED talk. I really loved it and learned many things when I was listening to it. Uh, Again, in your decision making, you need to think about what times you make wrong decisions. When you make wrong decisions, what is happening? I touched on it yesterday a little bit. Um, uh, but again, this is something which you will have to reflect in your own life. Like when you make a decision and it does not work out, look back and see that what was your mental state, maybe in emotion, maybe in anger, whatever were the reasons. Then next time when you are making any important decision, avoid those situations. If you know that when you are angry you are going to make a wrong decision, then don't make decisions when you are angry. Sleep over it. Just take time. Why there is a rush? When you know that if when you are angry you start saying bad things, walk away from the situation. When you are angry, let's say me and you are talking, and I say something and you become angry for whatever reason, and we are face to face, and you know that you are going to say very bad things. You know from your past that in anger you say very bad things, and later on, because you are a good person, you and then you have to come back and you have to apologize. Yeah. And apologizing is not easy. I understand that it's difficult. Also, I can apologize, and I have no problem in saying sorry, but I also understand that it is difficult. Because when I am going to say I'm sorry, it is not necessary that you are going to say, oh baby, come here, no problem, and you will hug me and you will say, oh, no problem, it's okay. Yeah. No, it can happen that way. I would be happy if that happens, but maybe you are going to say, why did you make it? What were you thinking? And you start asking me questions, and then I will have to answer them, maybe. And then you will stay angry for a couple of days, and all of those things. So these things are part of life. So same, this international business don't change anything. It's the same type of me and you people who go and work in international businesses. Same people. They might be qualified more, or maybe qualified with the right skills, or maybe they have gone to best universities, or they have more experience, but they are people like you and me. People like you and me, and they take their habits in international business. The normal people, right? President Clinton, he became president. You and me are not president of US. Yeah. uh, he made a mistake. Tiger Woods is not an ordinary man. He's the world champion in his field for many, many, many years. What he has done in the field of golf, other people cannot even imagine. Again, if he goes in the tournament, people already know he's going to win. He's not maybe the best right now, but is a time when he was really few years back, and he has the thing to come back. Even when he falls, he comes back again. So he's exceptional guy. But see, he made a mistake. So the people like you and me are there, is out there. Don't think that, oh, he is this, so he's something different. Yes, different in skills or whatever, but it's human being. So decision making, I think, is very important. I should not share this story because it is a little bit embarrassing for me, but just to make my point clear, I'm going to share it with you. And be nice to this, don't evaluate me on this, okay? But you will evaluate because we all stereotype. Yeah. So, but anyways, some family members, and with them I tend to make some type of mistakes every now and then. And they were visiting our home, and I had made similar type of mistake before also, and then I had to apologize. Yeah, not that someone asked me, because it is family. No, no one asked me or pressurized me. I did not feel about it myself, and I it was my fault also, definitely. So I apologize. Family member is around, and I make similar type of, not same but similar type of mistake, and it was done in a good intention and everything was fine. But sometimes, like whatever I'm saying, I my intentions are very good with you guys. I my intentions, if but who is going to see? You are listening to my, everyone will be looking very different. I'm doing very different thinking. So my intentions are fine. So with this, with that family member also, the intentions were fine. The mistake again, and then I come fine, but I was kind of regretting that saw me. And she came and she said that, Tashvin, when are you going to learn? She smiled. Yeah, she said, when are you going to learn? Yeah, that's it. She did not say anything else. And I also smiled. And this question is, I think, important. If you are um, is there any problem with the problem? Okay. Wicked, wicked, wicked. This is wicked. Let's see. Wicked. No, I'm going to put in this. Yes, I'm going to put in this. Should not be a problem now. Should not be a problem now today. Should not be a problem. should not be a problem. Now, what do you think now? Now the voice should be perfectly fine, I think. What do you think? No, man, you can't lose me today. Not every day. You're not gonna lose me today. Inshallah. Yes, what about now? This is not fine. The voice is not good now.
It is okay now.
It's okay now. Yes, beautiful. Yeah, 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 yeah. It's fine, man. It's fine, man. It's fine. No need to no need to worry today. Yes, 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 yes. Very good. Very good. Very good. Very good. Beautiful. Beautiful. Beautiful.
When
Beautiful.
you ask us, it's okay, yeah, it's okay, but then we lost your voice. So it's
What about now? What about now?
now
You're
okay.
fine now.
I
No,
said okay, but I guess after a minute it will occur again.
okay, okay, okay. No problem. No problem. Should be fine. Should be fine.
We have to hope for the best, so
Hope is a very dangerous thing. It is good to have hope, but if we hope for from someone who is not going to fulfill our hope, can be very problematic also. Oh,
Then
yes. You can hear me? What is this? Oh, Yes, guys, now how is voice quality? Everything is fine? I will continue if everything is fine. I made the adjustment on my side. Very good. Uh, Hopefully, it should stay like this now. Yes, beautiful. All right, great. So I was talking about this decision making. Yeah, decision making. So look into your life and try to reflect when you make right decisions, when you make wrong decisions, and what were the reasons when you made the wrong decision, and so on. And this video which you are looking at in the on the screen, again, please listen to this. Why we make bad decisions? What are the reasons people make bad decisions? Very interesting clip. Watch it and think and reflect on it. This one is amazing clip. The psychology of your future self. The psychology of future self. I think it is extremely important to really understand this topic. The psychology of your future self. What it is essentially saying, that the things, product, services, people you like now, places, the things you like now, uh, it is not necessary that in the future also you are going to like them. In 10 years time, in 20 years time, human preferences change and so on. So for international businesses, that is very important aspect to understand in terms of when they are trying to analyze, understand their customers, because customer behaviors keep on changing. In one of the sessions, I think last week or a week before, I think some friends were, I think Melissa was mentioning this, that it is very hard to understand customers. We can have a rough idea, but customers are moving targets. They themselves, their preferences are changing, and then also uh, they are influenced by the society. New products, new services, new alternatives of the product you are going to offer are coming in the market, so they are bombarded with those also. There are so many options, and from that to choose one is quite tricky. And in all of that, some people have different type of fears. Like some people would sleep less because they would have fear of losing something if they sleep too much. You would say, oh, if I sleep too much, I'm going to miss out on maybe something. Yeah. So across the globe, across cultures, these things are quite interesting and important to know. So always, whenever you are, when you really want something, some product, some service or something, um, always reflect on this. And you cannot get it, when you maybe cannot afford it or whatever, always think that maybe this is in this moment you want it. Maybe after some time you won't really want it. Please reflect on this. Reflect in your own life. There is something which you really wanted 5 years ago, 4 years ago, 20, well, not 20, 10 years ago. Yeah, something like that. Yeah. And now when you look back, you say, what is this? This is not something. So this same concept, you now twist it and try to link it when someone is apologizing to you. The same concept which I just try to explain, you just turn it around and fit it on apology. Like, when I am apologizing to you in this moment, and you have now that power to forgive me or not forgive me, don't think that that power you have is for lifetime. It is in this moment I'm saying, I'm sorry, I made a mistake, I did not mean it. So I want apology now from you. And if it is delayed, and it's a possibility I will stick around, but you can also lose uh, the person. And from international business context, the customer. And losing customer is quite a damaging thing for for any business, any international business. So that would take us to making right decisions in the in the right moment in a fast way also. You would want to reflect on this one also. Yeah. In my life, when I am reflecting on this, I can see many places where both ways, where someone said sorry to me and maybe I was not uh, maybe I did not pay attention or whatever, and then things changed. And otherwise also, someone maybe said sorry to me and I did not maybe pay attention. But and then now link it with international business, that if international business um, if the customer is apologizing to some in some situation to the international business, and there are some examples, you'll have to look up. I can also direct you in that direction, but it is easy to find, it's not hard. A lot of time these things are happening across countries. And then they are not fast enough in forgiving, or in it's not forgiving, it is amending relationship. Yeah. And many times you would have seen that uh, maybe the business did not treat you properly, you went to some place, the customer service was not good, you wanted to return some product and the business was saying, what is this, we cannot return, or whatever, different type of things, or we will deduct fees, or different type of things happen. So customer made a mistake of whatever nature, and then the business is not trying to really understand, and they are not forgiving, in the sense that they are not amending relationship. It's not forgiveness, it is amending relationship. Some miscommunication happened, whatever is the reason. Yeah. So will the customer go back to the same place, or sometimes we have to, because maybe that there is no other alternative available, that is the supermarket, is that is the nearest supermarket or nearest gas station, and and so on. Yeah. Nearby, university, I'm sitting in university nearby, this is a place here nearby. um, and many times I go there, the service is not very good or whatever. And many times I have, you know at least 2 3 times I said that I'm not going to come back here. But then again, I go back there, because it is going to take me like more time to go somewhere else. I'm trying to save my time, so I go back there, but then I just buy very very important thing which I really have to buy. And you know this is very interesting, because the first time when I was upset with their service, um, I spoke with the manager, and the manager um did not did not solve the problem, and I was not happy about it. And then I said, okay, I'll go again. And next time also something happened, and then as I was coming out, I was thinking in my mind second time that I'm not gonna come back again. So I said to myself, Ashwin, don't say you are not going to come back again, because you said it last time also. You are going to come back again. Just say that I'm not going to come back as often as I would have. I will only come here in emergency when I have to save time. Yeah. So this type of this, when the business, international business don't do this, they are going to lose the customer. They are going to lose the customer, and please pay attention to this point. Losing customer, what it really means. If I ask you, think about any international business of your choice in your country, any country. What is the main thing that business has? What is the main thing? What is the most important thing? Any business of your choice, forget about international also, any business, because businesses grow and they become international, right? So any type of business, think what is the most valuable, most important resource they have? Is it their brand? They have the name Apple. Apple is the brand. Is it the brand? Is it the location? Location is very important in the business. It is there, the leadership is very good, very motivating, very resourceful. Is it that? Is it that they have a lot of money? A lot of money there? A lot of money, they are rich, they are doing a lot of sales? Is it that they are well known all over the world, like Pepsi, Coca Cola? They are known all over the world. Wherever you go, Pepsi is there, Coke is there, almost every country. Almost. Yeah. These are very big international businesses. Yeah. So, what is the most important resource any business would have in your, the way you look at it? Yeah, give me some thoughts on that. Yeah. So Pili is saying losing just one means that probably you will lose more than one, because the negative experience client gonna tell about his or her situation to other, and it will affect more potential clients. That's a very interesting point. I did not take the name of that place, but you're right, Pili. um,
Sir,
in
um, can I
Yes.
share my idea about it?
Well, I cannot stop you. Please go ahead.
Okay, thank you very much. I think that the most important thing is that how it makes me feel. It's not
How it
about
makes
the
you feel. Okay.
yeah money of the product. It's not about the
Beautiful.
these kind of things for me. I believe that
Very nice.
how it makes feel for me.
Makes you feel. Can you give some example where some you had some interaction with some business,
Hmm.
and they
Mm-hmm.
made you feel good, and what was that? Can you maybe think of something like that?
Hmm. When I give example about a product, it can be maybe dress. When I look at the how to say mirror, if I feel better, if I feel if my mood is increased, I feel motivated. I will buy this dress. It's not important. It's not about the money, it's not about the other people what they think about this dress. It's just about my opinion about about this dress.
Very interesting. Very interesting. The other day you are wearing some black dress that was I think pretty nice. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Good one,
Hmm?
good one. Yeah. So how the business make you feel? Yeah, make you feel.
Uh-huh.
That is
Uh-huh.
a very
Uh-huh.
interesting point. Yes, and it's very close to what I'm trying to say. So it is like feeling. It is who's feeling. It is customers feeling. Yeah, customers feeling. Yeah. So the
Mm-hmm.
most important resource for any business is their customer. Is nothing else. It is their customer, how they feel, how they are treated. They feel good, they feel that they were not tricked, all of those things. So customer is the most important resource for any business, for international business or local business. Yeah. So when you are thinking about this now think about it, that when businesses are not going to take care of their customers, they will say, oh, it is just one customer, no problem, we can, it's okay if we lose the customer. Then over a period of time, what is going to happen? Maybe something like what Billy is saying, is that the reputation is going to go bad, and over a period of time, maybe that would not be nice. So try to link these things which I'm trying to maybe share with you. Yeah, these again, some clips are there. I really love this idea cast. Please spend some time in this, but I'm going to show you at least one clip in the session, at least one. And this is the one I am going to show to you. Please, it's a longer clip, so I'm not going to watch all of it, of course. So I'm just going to play it for 4 minutes. Yeah, from 9 to 13 minutes. Yeah. So please, is the former president of India. Um, so see if we can make sense of what he's saying.
Any mission he does or she does, so he has to go through some failure. He should know how to manage the failures. Not only for to become the president, you need to give any political leadership or technological leadership. You have to have 6 traits what leader should have. And what are the 6 traits? Number 1, leader must have a vision. Without a vision, you will not be a leader, he or she. So any mission he does or she does, so he has to go through some failure. They should know how to manage the failures.
Could you give us an example from your own experience about managing failure?
Well, my own experience like this, 1973, I became the project director for satellite launch vehicle program. SLV-3 it is called, to put a Rohini satellite in the orbit by 1980. When the management structure I was given, money I was given, yeah, and then human power I was given, only they said by 1980, you must put the satellite in the orbit, making a rocket. So thousands of people worked for that, say, a scientific technical team. So when the time came, 1979, I think it's in August, we launched, I was in the mission director, project director. I was the control center. I was the mission director. We handed over to the computer to do the process of checking the launch vehicle T minus 4 minutes and launch it. After 1 minute, in the computer, checkered computer put a hold. For some reasons, they said display was there. It had some component is not doing well, control component. My experts told me, I have always behind me 4 or 5 experts will be there. And they quickly calculated in computer. They told me, don't worry, there is a lot of reserve fuel is there. We will succeed. So I bypassed the computer. I went on manual, launched the rocket system. Okay. And it's a 4-stage rocket system. The first stage worked beautifully. As soon as the second stage separated, it got into trouble. Instead of satellite going the orbit, the whole rocket system went into Bay of Bengal. Okay, so it was a big failure. So that day, Indian Space Research Organization Chief, Professor Satish Dhawan, there's a press conference. 7 o'clock we launched. 7:45 there's a press conference. The whole world press is there in Sereri, Kota, at launch base. So I still remember the chairman of the organization, the leader of the organization, taking the press conference. I was by his side. He said, we have failed. First time we tried to attempted, and this failure really makes us to believe we have to give more technological support my team, and they worked very hard. Definitely in a year they will succeed. So I was a mission director, I was a project director. I am responsible for the failure. And he took the responsibility of failure as a chairman of the organization and the leader of the organization. Next year, 1980, July, we succeeded. The whole nation was jubilant. There was a press conference. Professor Satish Dhawan told me, you go and take the press conference. Okay. The message is, when the failure occurred, the leader of the organization owned the leader of failure. When the success came, he gave to his team. The best management principle I have not learned previously. Any books have not taught me. I learned from that experience. Okay.
That's a beautiful story. Thank you very much for sharing that.
Next one, 4th point.
Yes, so that is very interesting point he made, that when the success came, when the failure came, the leader came out and he took all the responsibility of the decision making, um, and his strategy of how to manage failure. The strategy was that leader would come out and he will safeguard his people. But then the following year, later on, when they got successful in the program, of course, it was quite a big program. And then when they made progress, the leader did not came out in the front. He asked the team members to go ahead and you know enjoy the success and that type of thing. This way, I think you would want to link in all of these things, like apology, you make mistake, how to apologize, all of those things. Learn from your own experiences, and then you can look at this excellent video on anatomy. What are the key things which maybe you should keep in mind, and maybe the things which you should stay away from. Then decision making, I shared my personal story also with you. I hope you are able to hear it. I think that time we also had a little internet glitch, but I think some of you were able to hear what I was trying to say. So, and then if the failure is going to happen because of some problem in the decision making or whatever, uh, who is going to come out and take the blame or apologize, and when the win is going to happen, who is going to come out and celebrate success, who is going to come out and celebrate success. I think these are some of the things which you should reflect on as a participant of international business management and so on. So yesterday's conversation concludes here. Like, we spoke about globalization, culture, ethics, CSR, sustainability, a little bit about negotiation, and today we spoke about decision making and some of the things which are linked with that. Yeah. So now we are going to continue to our main topics for today, maybe. So this is the link which you are going to look at: national differences in political, economic, legal, and technological systems. Yeah. uh, National differences, and you will have to link it with previous discussions. I think especially yesterday's one, because one of the friends, Chan, I think Justin, he, in his reflection, he spoke about this model last night, pestle. So what is pestle model? P is, I think, political, then economical, then social, then technological, then maybe environmental, or then L is maybe the law, legal. But check the definitions and just run a Google search on pest. Some people call it pest model also. In some books they call it pest model. So nothing to really worry about. It's just they are saying that uh, you have to look at the situation through politics, through economics, through technological development, legal framework, and so on and so forth. Why this is important for international businesses? Because whenever you would want to go in any country, you would want to understand these type of things before launching your business there. Even if you are hiring some people from there, and they are from certain place which has certain economic prosperity. You are bringing them in a, like someone who is used to the lifestyle of Hong Kong. We were talking about Hong Kong and Jamaica yesterday. Someone who is used to the lifestyle of Hong Kong, and they like and love that type of prosperity and technological development and all of those things. Um, if you are going to now bring them to Jamaica, then Jamaica is a beautiful country, but they are going to miss certain things which we don't have here. Yeah. Yesterday, that the storm came, and all the internet was kind of all over the place. Yeah. So although it was a heavy storm, I'm not It's a very heavy storm, and you can run Google search on this and see, you know, it's quite. The speed was not very fast, but the rain was really bad. Even now, the situation is not the best, but the rain has stopped and it has moved on to other countries. And I heard this morning that it is going to be very bad in other countries going forward. You can look up maybe storm Grace. Yeah, if
And
you are
now,
interested.
what time is in there?
What time in here? In
Time,
here
time.
is 11 a.m. 11 a.m. in
11.
Jamaica.
Mm.
Yeah. So for example, now you know these hurricane. This is hurricane season in Jamaica from June to November. This is the time when there is going to be a lot of rains and these type of things. Yeah. So yes, Melissa, thanks very much. And also, please let me thank almost half of you send me emails, and you guys were concerned if I'm doing well and everything. So I'm fine. Thank you very much for your concern and everything. I really appreciate it, and thank you very much, all of you. Yeah. So if now you know you are trying to move to Jamaica, you will have to think about these things, like you know hurricane comes, can you take the storms and something. Well, people live here, but if you are in Hong Kong, you are maybe not used to this type of these type of things where these type of things are going to happen. Or in the same way in like in Finland, it is. Yes, it is very beautiful and scenic. Jamaica is really beautiful, really beautiful. One of the most beautiful countries in terms of land, wood, and water. Like if you are looking for natural beauty, then this is the place. But if you are looking for like the advancement in terms of buildings and so on, then it is of course Hong Kong. There is other countries, or Singapore, these type of countries, you know. So if some business is going to international business is going to come in Jamaica, they are going to look at, you know, what is the economic situation here, what is the legal situation here, what is the technological systems here, like how often the internet can break down or electricity can break down, and these type of things which maybe are not going to happen in some other country. It's going to happen here, but then again, you know, every country, yes, pretty much developed country. Jamaica is not really bad, but you know it depends on which country you are comparing with. If you are going to compare it with Singapore and Hong Kong and these type of countries, of course, the different type of things you will have to consider. And then same, like let's say that now I'm used to this type of environment, like the temperature, the climate in Jamaica is throughout the year. It is very temperate climate, very temperate. It does not get extremely cold, and it does not get extremely hot. Very throughout the year, it is that type of climate. Of course, you know, you can go to some places in the hills where it is going to be a little bit cooler, and then you can come down and so on. But now, you know, if someone from Jamaica would say, okay, I want to move to Finland and go there, and I remember the year before COVID, in 2019, I was in Finland, and um, um, I was in summer there. So in summer it is um, uh, it was so cold. For those people, they were out and having fun. But for me, the summer of Finland was not summer. It was winter for me. So this type of adjustment for international businesses, they will have to look into these type of things. And other friends are posting about their countries and so on, Estonia and so on. So, and you can share the information about your country and so on if you like during in the via chat. But what essentially I'm trying to say is that before venturing into any type of country, you would have to know what is the political situation there, how stable the economy is, how stable their currency is. The currency fluctuates up and down too much. Yeah, and then you have to pay and accept the fees in international currency, which is many times it is US dollars. In Europe it is euro also, but US dollar is, many companies exchange in US dollars, and yeah, and so on. So with that lens, uh, the the income levels, for example, the salary rates, you would want to think about that when you are going into business. Even if you are working for international business, it's not that you have to open your own business, and it's just maybe you live in Turkey and you want to go to some other country, and you say let me go to Sweden, it looks nice, let me go Sweden or Estonia or wherever you fancy. So before going, you will have to see what is the political situation here, what are the laws and requirements there, legal requirements, what are those legal requirements there. Yeah. um, uh, Technological advancement, how much it is, what is the transportation system, because maybe in your country you have a very good transportation system and you can just uh, take the rail, take the train and go from one place to other. In some other country, maybe you are not going to find that type of transportation system that is going to be these. If you have children, how they are going to how how they are going to go to school, which type of schooling they will have, what is the overall environment in the country. Yesterday, if you are able to listen to what I was trying to say, yesterday's session is that I raised a question for you guys, and some of you commented on that in your reflection also. Like, uh, how do you react to different colors, different races? How do you react to them? What is your perception about different colors, different races? Do you look up to them, or you look down to them? If someone you look down, someone is from certain country, you say is a not good, yeah, and so on so forth, yeah. So that you would want to know about that country. You are trying to go to Estonia, you would want to speak with our friends here. Maybe one of our friends is from Estonia. He can maybe tell that how open the society is. Will you be able to integrate or not? Yeah, will you be able to integrate with them? They will accept you. Your children, if you have children, they will go to school. They are going to meet with locals. Are they going to be accepting? What would be all of those dynamics you would have to think about. And then for international businesses, this is very important. Like, for example, legal. Let's talk a little bit about legal requirements. Like, even you have a product, and you want to it's doing well in your country and you want to export it. Now, wherever you are exporting, you have to know the legal requirements for that product. Is there any substance in that product which is not allowed in that country? um, Labeling the product, how you are going to label the product. Maybe in your country you can, it's not very strict, but maybe because you are exporting, the label has to look certain way. It has to show certain information, and certain information should be on bigger font. It should be very obvious, clear, you know and now link it with sustainability, and people are becoming more and more health conscious over the period of time. They are trying to eat clean life, living a clean healthy life, and so on. People are thinking about those type of things. So you might want to um, reflect and think about uh, these things, and all of this, in other words, you can say market research. You have to do a very thorough market research and find out national differences. Yeah, for example, link it with yesterday's conversation where I was saying white color means different in different societies. For death, some countries wear white, some countries wear black. Now, it's, or other examples, and some of you also send some examples in the reflections and so on. So this is what it is. National differences in political, economic, pestle. Yeah, pestle analysis. You can run a Google search on that. And what I want to say is that don't take anything for granted in this. Like, it is knowing a country from a distance is totally different when you go in that country and maybe spend some time in there. It's totally different. What, and many times what you are going to listen in the news is maybe not going to be the truth about that, or the full truth about that country. That can also happen. So many times you will have to go there sometimes, um, and so on. Yeah. So politics, legal requirements. I showed you many websites also in the first part of yesterday's session when I was able to share my screen. So I think you need to go back to those, and there's a lot of information there about the legal requirements and so on. These things are very well documented. Yeah, so all you need is go to the websites, and I've posted some links here. The ones you like, you can reflect on that, and so on. I've also shared one example from Jamaica. If you are interested, you can look this type of example. But you should look in the examples of any country you are interested in, or where you want to make your career, and so on. I think that is what you should be looking at, and seeing what are the challenges, different type of challenges people face in terms of various areas of life. Um, in some countries salary is very good, but when people go there, they say that all the money is gone because the life is very expensive there. Things are very expensive. So uh, you you might want to go to some place because you are seeing high salaries, but you have to see that what is the cost of living, yeah, in that. Um, these are some documents, please. Michael Porter and so on, the specialist in the field. I have posted some links uh, for for your review. Uh, we are talking about national differences, and I wanted to just highlight how the government can influence on many times on trade, and so on. Yeah. So many times what happens is that governments have good relationship with each other. So if if the political leadership has good relationship with other countries, then if there is any problem with the trade and so on, it is relatively easy um, to minimize it, and then link it with yesterday's example. I was able to give you some examples, 3 4 examples yesterday, I think, um, from my observations, where having personal relationship, for example, helps, and so on. So link it with that, and reflect of your look at the international relationships of your country. Like, for example, Hong Kong. How are the international relationships of Hong Kong with other neighboring countries? Sometimes people mix China and Hong Kong. They sometimes they think it is the same country, but it is it is same in many ways, but they are different countries. So um, how are their relationship with each other? Yeah, uh, they need a lot of improvement. The way I'm looking at it. Um, so that how that impacts the smaller country, which would be Hong Kong in this. So the size, how that size is going to matter. In EU, in European Union, there are how many countries are in Europe? A lot of countries are there. But which countries are dominant? Which countries are 3, 4 countries are dominant? I don't want to name them, but yeah. So 3, 4, 5 countries are the main key players who are in the forefront of the decision making, and the other countries are just following most of the times. Yeah. So why those countries are are dominant? Why they have more influence, and then how that impacts the trade in that country? Then those countries keep on getting richer and richer, and the other countries would not be getting the benefits or advantages if the government influence is not too heavy. So this political is, I think, all of them are important: political, economic. So I briefly spoke about all of them. You might want to dig deeper on the ones you like. uh, Government policies, some of government policies I wanted you to just share with you, like how government policies can impact international businesses particularly. Like for example, this one, look at this story from some time now. You can verify, check if they still continue this type of activity or not. uh, okay, very good. We can go to the other link. Okay, could work email be banned after 6 p.m.? Yeah, so it is like it's a relatively older story, but if you run the search, you will find out that there are countries where they say that after certain hours, the work-related emails should not be coming. uh, Employees should not be getting work related emails after certain time. In some countries it is 6, in some countries it is 7, and there are some countries where there is no ban like this. They say that it's 24/7. Whenever I need to speak with my worker, it should be available to me. But in other countries, because they are promoting work life balance, and I think it is called right to uh, switch off. I don't know, right to switch off, something like that. Yeah, the right to disconnect. Yeah, right to disconnect. Yeah, right to disconnect. Beautiful. So you look at this now, right to disconnect. So see how this can be very disturbing for some 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 businesses. Like, you open an international business branch in a country which says that there is a right to disconnect, where at a certain point in time in the evening you cannot send work related emails or messages or phone calls to to your workers. Now different countries have different rules. Is everyone don't agree with this, like it should be 5 or 6 or 7 or 8 or 10, but in different countries these type of things are there. In some European countries these type of things are there. So if you are coming from a country where nothing is, you don't believe in this, like, what is this? Why I cannot send an email uh, to my worker after certain hours? I can send it to them, and uh, they need to look at it because of various reasons. But uh, this type of policy, how it can, yeah. And but then these countries, maybe they realize that it is important for the mental health or work life balance or for the productivity of worker, that after certain time, you should be able to leave. Yeah. So these are different mindsets in the world. Like, personally speaking, I can tell you that I, again, don't judge me on that, I don't understand this right to disconnect. I don't think this is interesting. Well, it is interesting, but if I were a manager in international business, I would not have wanted this, personally speaking. Yeah. Although I understand that it is important, and uh, I understand that sometimes you are working for someone who is just writing you mails on Saturdays and Sundays and evenings and late nights and calling you and all of that, and that is not nice. If I were in that situation, I would talk with my boss and see what I can do. But this right to disconnect, the way I am brought up, the type of countries I have lived in, they don't believe in this. Now, and you are coming from European countries, so I understand that you would say that it is an interesting law, and I understand that. That is why I am showing you this, that this is interesting government policies. But our discussion is that these things are going to impact if one international business would like to come in your country or not. Yeah, how an international business would react to these type of policies. So then, this type of policy, only a prosperous country can have that policy. A country which is very strong economically, which is where happiness index is very high. You guys were talking about that yesterday, where people are saying that it is not all about work, where government support is there, that if you lose job, government is going to support you. Where many European countries this thing happens. If you lose job, government supports you. If you have certain number of children, government pays for the schools and for the other things and so on. Those are interesting things, but the majority of the world is not set up like this. Majority of the world is not set up like this. Majority of the world is really, really, really into difficult situation. You might be having, you might just have had water a while ago. Yeah, water. How much importance you put when you are just having a sip of water there, a glass of water? It's nothing for you, because it's water is there available. It is clean water and everything. Please run a Google search. What percentage of the world does not have access to clean water? It's a simple thing. What percentage? Let's do it together. I don't know if what will come up, or what percentage. How many people have? How many people in the world have access to clean drinking water? Let's see what comes up. 2.2 billion. My God, I was not expecting such a low number. Although I knew that very few people have. And what is world population? What is world population? What is world population? 7.6. In now it must be 8 billion. It's 22 years ago. Almost 8 billion is the world population. Almost 8. Almost 8. And out of that 8 billion, how many have drinking water? 2 billion? Call it 3 billion. Maybe the number is wrong. But still, see, the what is not even half. It's not even half people. Half of the world does not have access to clean drinking water. So what are we talking about? Which international business we are going to talk about? This is the reality of the world we live in. So in that reality, you are saying work email banned after 6 p.m. when there are people who don't have any job and they are willing to do anything. You wake them in the middle of their sleep. They are going to wake up and start working because they don't have anything. You give them a job, wake them up in their sleep, and they will say, yes, I'm ready. So in that world, how this is going to is, it's good for one country and that is fine. But so this is the challenges of international businesses. because international businesses are operating in different markets. So yesterday I was giving you examples of Nike and Nestle and other type of companies. There are so many. There are so many. We just want to almost, there is no international business without any scandal. There is no. If you find any international business which is 100% clean, please write me an email and share that example with me. I would be very happy. International business, a big international business I am talking about, which is known in the world. There is no international business without any scandal, without any ethical problem. There is none. Why is that? Because the dynamics of international business are very hard, because the world is not equal. It is just in the words that it is equal. It is very, 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 like, if you know it's so if you look at the statistics, the rich people statistics, top 100 richest people in the world, top 100 richest people in the world, top 100 richest people in the world have more money than half of the world population. I just showed you world population around 8 billion, almost reaching 8 billion. So top 100 people, the 100 richest people have more money than 4 billion people have. This is what it is. And I don't want to run the searches here in class. If you are interested, you can run the searches. If I'm saying something wrong and you find out, please correct me in the chat and tell everyone. Yeah. Correct yourself. But this is what it is. Give and take. The 100 richest people have more money than half of the world. 100, 100, they can fit in a room. We are 25. We are 25 people sitting in this room, right? 23, 24. We are 24 people in this room. 24 people. See how what 100 people is nothing. Yeah. So, and what now, take out the list of 100 richest people and see what type of businesses they are in. Just run a Google search. Richest people list, 100 top 100 richest people. See what businesses they are. See what is happening. Yeah. And it is not their fault that they have to do unethical things and so on, for various reasons. Sometimes the country they are in, if you don't bribe, nothing is going to happen. Link it with yesterday's examples I gave you. Yeah. So in all of those things, when you look at combine international business, then when you look at this type of policy, then it can be quite challenging for international businesses to understand that. However, I would agree that this is a good, interesting policy that you are giving some, it is like, you say, okay, uh, the it's a good thing that, after 6, 7, 8 p.m. you don't send emails. The right to disconnect anyways, uh, I said that I would not like this thing if I were international business manager, but on the same note, I can tell you that I am disconnected most of the time. Like right now I'm with you guys, my phone is turned off. It's not on mute, it's not silent, it's off. The internet is off on my phone. All my emails, everything is off. I don't want to see anything coming up on my screen. As I'm talking with you guys, I need to be with you. So this is, what is this? This is disconnect. Yeah. Have you done that? Is your phone off or is it on silent? No, it is on. You are on WhatsApp, you are on different type of media, you are checking your phones also. Yeah. So you are not using right of disconnect, but I am right now. Yeah. So that is in different situations, one person should be allowed to decide what needs to be done and so on. But then work-life balance and all of these things, they sometimes so I'm not saying anything against the policy. It is a interesting, nice policy. Not saying anything against Germans or something. One of my few best friends come from Germany. Yeah. So uh, it's not about country. It is, we are talking about international business management. So in that domain, it might be a very interesting policy, but it cannot be implemented in Turkey. It is not going to work there. It's different work ethics, different type of people work differently. It is not going to work in Jamaica. It is not going to work in Pakistan, India. It's not going to work there. Yeah. So it is for certain type of countries. Again, some other countries, France and so on, and they are. This one I wanted to show you, and I made some points, some very sensitive points yesterday. I hope you are able to listen. Some of you mentioned it in the reflections, like, a child comes to you and is a young child, and they want work, and you say you cannot work here because you are not allowed, this is illegal age. What that child is going to do? Yeah. If it is a little girl, 10, 12, 13-year-old girl, and she's asking for work and she cannot work, and now she has to earn a living, how do you think that girl is going to earn a living? What option she has? What do you think she's going to do? If I say that she's going to stand on the road and wait for some guy to come, and whatever is going to happen, how wrong am I? This does not happen in countries. Yeah, maybe it does not happen in your country and you are oblivious to the situation what is happening in the world, but these are the things which are happening in the world right now. As I am speaking with you, I have no doubt that there are many children on the road getting involved in different things, getting involved in selling drugs, selling their bodies, whatever you want to call it. And they are from poor countries. Yeah. The government does not have money to support them. And then there is a law that the child cannot work. So yes, the child should not work. But this is not a word of God. It's not a word of God. It's not in the scriptures. Yeah. If you believe, if you are religious mindset, it's a human beings made policies. So what I'm saying, that there can be flaw there, you can adjust the policies. It's in the, I always see that, people are very, they say, oh, child should not work, child should not work, child should not work. I'm not saying child should work. What option you have given the child? As an international business, you can, okay, give him, there is, if you don't give him work and he does not earn his living, and you just give him a gift or give him monthly, you are making him a beggar in the long run. He's not going to work after that. It's very hard for him, if you start giving him money. So what is the option? I'm just asking, what is the other option? And this is the example I want you to look at. Yeah, it's a little old example, but please pay attention. So Bolivia, imagine, imagine a 10-year-old guy or girl. Imagine a 10-year-old. How small is 10-year-old? Just imagine 10-year-old. Yeah, take a moment. Imagine a life of 10-year-old, or go back when you are 10-year-old. Which year you are 10-year-old? Go back in that year, what you are doing, and yeah, what was happening when you were 10-year-old. Yeah. Okay. So in Bolivia, they had a law, had they don't have anymore, I think. Run some search. So the Bolivian law allows self-employed children aged 10 to work. Bolivia said that we are going to allow 10-year-old children to work. What happened after that? Now you will have to run some searches. Now all the people in the world, in the developed country, who are having access to clean water, I just showed you some statistics of clean water, who are having internet access, who have electricity, and you can do this thing for everything in your life. You use internet, run a Google search, how many people have internet in the world? You have electricity, run a Google search, how many people have it's the same statistics you are going to get. It's the same type of numbers you are going to get. And then we have everything in your room. You have everything. You have food. How many people go hungry in every day? Internet 4.6. Thanks Pili. Yeah, this is what I'm looking for from you guys. Don't just sit there. I'm talking about something. Put the number in the chat. If I start doing the internet searches, it's going to take forever. So you get involved and share information. Thanks very much, Billy. Yeah. So it's the internet. You say internet, everyone has internet. Why I don't have internet? No, everyone does not have internet. You say everyone drives, everyone has a car. Why my parents cannot buy a car? No, everyone does not have car. Maybe your friends have cars, or the people you say. Everyone don't have clothes. Run a Google search. How many people can buy 2 pair of clothes every year? 2 pair of clothes every year. It's a serious thing. And this why we are having this. Yeah, look at that. 811 million people still go hungry. 811 billion people go hungry to sleep. Have you gone hungry to sleep ever in your life? Ever? One day? I don't think so. Maybe some Muslim friends are there, maybe fasting and that type of thing. So that's fine. That's different. And okay, but then when you break fast, how much you eat? Yeah. When you break fast, it is not that you are not eating because you don't have it. When you break fast, you're gonna eat it for like crazy. Yeah, I'm not talking about specific country. All countries like Turkey, Pakistan. This is how Muslims break fast. They go crazy. Yeah. Generally speaking, not you guys. You are maybe nice, balanced people, but generally speaking. Yeah. So now what happened is that Bolivia, now the world, everyone comes out and they say, no, 10-year-old cannot work. This is so wrong, and this and that and whatnot. Yeah. So then Bolivian government had to make adjustments in their law, but that made a lot of problems for them, because they were allowing this in certain conditions to certain type of children and certain jobs, and they know their country, and based on that they were making a decision. So the world was not looking at it, because they never reflected this way. They just they are just far from nearly 1 in 10. Very good numbers. Nearly 1 in 10 children are subjected to child labor worldwide. 1 in 10. You and me have been child. Have we been in child labor? No, you are not child labor. 1 in 10 worldwide. 1 in 10. And yesterday I asked you to run Google search on United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. So in that you are going to find all these numbers. Just go United Nations SDG goals. All this information you're going to find. You will be like, if you don't know these numbers, your mind is going to blow. Going to say, what is this? Yeah. And then link it with first day when we brought in Linda, and Linda said some things. Yeah, link it with what she was saying, appreciation and all of that. Yeah. So for international business, now this is quite a now international business would want to go in maybe Bolivia, and they say, okay, let's go Bolivia, take advantage of the child labor. Well, anyways, it is not 10 anymore. I think they improved it, but still it is very low. I think 13, 14 or something like that. Don't believe every number you are going to see. Go on a government website which look at labor laws in Bolivia and look at the distinguish between fake news and the real news also as you are doing the research. Yeah, but I have investigated this, and whatever I am sharing with you, everything is after doing proper research on it, and I know that these things which I'm sharing with you are, the numbers can be a little bit up and down a little bit, but this is what it is. So a country is now going to go in a country like this where the younger children 13 14 are working, and they are going to employ them and take advantage of the situation, and then everyone is going to say bad things about that country, that company. Yeah. So it is not that company's fault. If you think about it, company is going to make profit, and this is one way to make profit. Get the cheapest labor in the world. Go in the country where it is easy to set up operations. Cheap labor, cheap everything, where bribe is happening, where if they do something wrong, they can give bribe and they can get away from the situation. This is what it is. So ethical dilemmas, and some of you mentioned some of things in your reflections which are, I agree with them, and I said good things, good replies to them, and but they are like in a fairy tale world. I think in the reality of the world is not that, unfortunately. Maybe in your community it is true, maybe in your country it is true, but international business is not about your country. It is international. It is international. It is looking in the world different business practices. So try to reflect on these things which I mentioned from the lens of international businesses. Technologies have, of course, made a lot of changes in the business world. Uh, Go through this link. This is linked with the course which I will do next week, productivity. So in that course, I talk about different technologies, but I have put it here for those of us who will not be with us. So go through this. This is the link for the course which I did in the first week, artificial intelligence. I think you can go through the postings there. They are available to you, and see how different international businesses can take advantages or are taking advantages of modern technologies like AI and so on. Um, some friends were mentioning that when they will work in international business, they will ensure that they are going to have ethical practices. Yeah. That is quite promising, and I'm happy that you guys think like that. But everyone thinks like that. Everyone, all the people who are studying business, international business, very few people are going to say in the class that I am going to become corrupt. I am going to do unethical things. I am going to take advantage of these situations in the world. Everyone says that I am going to be very ethical. I am not going to do this. I am not going to do that. I am not going to put the waste material in the sea. I won't dispose of the bad air coming from my factory to the clean air in the environment. Yeah. So no one sets out to be a bad boy or bad girl. Everyone wants to wants to be good, but it is just that when they go to work and they have to do different type of things, then very few people can really do the things which some of you mentioned in your reflections. But uh, hope, as one friend was saying, hope. Hope, let's hope for the best. Maybe that is something which you could do. And then, this recent COVID, if you link that debate with international business, then it is quite going to be quite bad, because COVID has had now different type of implications. Rich don't get affected by these things. People who are well off, these are not the problems for them. They are, even if a rich person don't work for 6 months, a year, he's going to cry that, oh, I'm not making money, but he has a lot of money in his account, in his bank. He has resources. He's not going to nothing. It is the person who earns every day and has to do his thing every day. Run a Google search. How many people in the world are dependent on daily earnings? Daily earnings. How many people, if they don't work every day, they cannot survive? Every day means every day. They have to find work every day. So they have their family, they have their children. They wake up in the morning, they go work, find work. And if they find work, when on their way to home, they buy food and they eat and their families eat. If they don't find find if they don't find a job, then no one is going to eat. This is majority of the world. And run a Google search. Tell me I'm saying something wrong. I would like to know that. Run a Google search. Yeah. How many people are dependent on daily wages? Daily wages. Now the countries who are rich, they can support their, like for example, how much money, run a Google search, how much money US is spending on COVID relief. Run a Google search. I think that is interesting number. uh, USA spending COVID relief package. What is that? 1.9 trillion US, poised to hit 6 trillion. US spending on COVID-19 relief poised to hit 6 trillion with passage of 6 trillion. Yeah, call it 3 trillion. How much money is that? How much money is 3 trillion? What is GDP of Germany? Germany, one of the developed countries, their GDP, gross domestic production, for the year 2019 is around 4 trillion for the year. Germany, we are not talking about some small country there. They're a powerful big country. They have their problems like every other country, but if you look at the world map, they are there. Yeah. 4 trillion is their GDP for the year. It's a lot of money. Lot of money. Lot of money. Yeah. And how much US is just spending on COVID relief? Look at that. So a country which is, this is where this is. So where international businesses come from? Majority of international businesses in the real scheme of things, where do they come from? Which country has majority of international global businesses in the world? Which country is that? Run a Google search. You're going to find United States of America. What is happening? Link it with yesterday's discussion. You and me, when we go in the supermarkets, we buy the products which are not made locally. We buy international products. Our money goes out of our country. Where it goes? It goes to the headquarters of the international business. Where are the headquarters? Which countries have the headquarters? Some European countries also have. I'm not saying it's just US, but majority of international businesses in the world come from US. So our money from different countries, because we are, when you buy the candy which you like and you enjoy it and you say I'm just buying a candy, that candy's money is going to other country, and then your friends also buy that candy, and other people also buy the candy, and then everyone is buying that candy. It's a simple thing, a sweet, a chocolate. You are having fun when you are eating it. You're not thinking about these things, and I'm not stopping you from enjoying your life. Please go ahead, enjoy the international business products which you are enjoying, the chips, the snacks, the whatever. Very good, keep it up. But your money is going out. Money is going out, especially if your country is not making anything, then there is nothing coming in. So now you can look at, now I cannot tie all these things for you. It's your job to tie all these things through in the domain of international business management. What is happening here? Yeah, I showed you GDP of Germany. Yeah, let's do. And I'm not talking about anything, any country or anything. I was born and raised in Pakistan. So let me see. What is this? This is Pakistan. This is me. Yeah, this is where I am. What is this? 278 billion for the year. How many billions in trillion? How many billions? How many billions? 1,000? You guys can hear me, or I'm talking to myself? There is no, everyone is dead silent. 1,000 billion in one trillion. So where is Pakistan? Is 0.25 trillion. 0.25 trillion. 0.25 trillion is Pakistan. Where is Turkey? Let's see. Where is Turkey? Search yourself. Search your country. 0.75 trillion. 0.75 trillion. 0.75 trillion. Not 1 trillion. Very good. Yeah, look yourself. Yeah, there is no problem. Look at yourself and feel the shame, because when you will feel the shame, then you will want to work hard for your country. There's nothing is wrong in that. Feel the shame. Yeah. So 0.75, not even. So what do you think when the honorable chief of Turkey is quite an impressive guy, is I think running Turkey. Is it Honorable Erdogan? Erdogan is which country? It's Turkey, right? Or he yes, President Honorable Erdogan, phenomenal guy. The world respect him. The world respect him. Yeah. But when if the president of Turkey is sitting on a table with the president of Germany, I showed you 4 trillion or something like that, who people going to listen? Who the world is going to listen? Is the one who has more money. So when Turkish people are buying international products and supporting international snacks and enjoying them and having fun on the campus, well, go ahead. You are doing no benefit to your country by eating international products. This is a disservice, if you ask me. Do I eat international products? Yes, I do.
Please close it. I hate him.
Okay, all right. Well, people have different opinions, but on an international level, the President Erdogan is respected on an international level. He's quite experienced, but then of course not everyone is going to like everyone. Yeah, so these are some of the. So now very good, you guys are putting in. So look at this, these numbers. These numbers are going to tell you that which country is going to get respect and which country is not going to. Look at China. Look at China, man. What is China? China is almost 15 trillion. 15 trillion. So why China is dominant? Because they are other countries are buying from China. That is why. They are making things which other countries are buying. It's the international businesses which make the countries grow. All the countries in the world. They are making something, they are selling to other countries are buying it, they are giving them money. The more a country has international businesses, the more they can produce, the more will be their income coming in. Yeah, and then you can, it's not just GDP, there are so many other things which you those things maybe you would want to look at in some basic economics class. I have made some postings on the website, you can look at it. So I hope you will be able to make some linkages and with the national, with the national differences, with the national policies, the behavior of the consumer, what consumer buys and what consumer does not buy. All of those things you will have to link together and then make your own conclusions and so on. Let's go and listen to some of the clips maybe. Yeah, so let's continue. Different topic now, but related.
Yes, isn't it wonderful? Absolutely wonderful when you think about the world and the global world, where in one point, in one location, something is not valued at all, seen as countryside something that is old-fashioned, and in another place, the same very product or the same very thing is absolutely valuable. I met a person in Finland 2008 who has a company that is absolutely established on that very notion of having something somewhere that nobody values and bringing it to the place where that very item is very much valued. There was a man that she met in India who was selling nomad carpets, which is a woolen carpet made out of hand. And the man was crying on her arms and saying, I have no market for these old-fashioned carpets anymore in India. Nobody is buying them. Everybody goes to IKEA or other multinational brands. And my traditional carpets are not selling anywhere. She goes and looks at his carpets and gets an idea that by altering them to the Scandinavian taste, Scandinavian colors, those could sell in Finland. So off she goes and brings in a very famous Finnish designer who designs a kind of like a print, not print, but a handmade thing to the carpet, and goes with that model to this man and asks if he could do it on his traditional nomad carpet, which he did. It's a woolen carpet, probably 1.5 meters and a meter size. And that very first design of those carpets won 2008 a Finnish design prize. And it's not only a design that is valuable in the sense of its price and among the ivory tower designers of Finland, it also sells in Finland. So now she has several different type of prints or different type of designs on that very idea of the nomad carpet. And the carpets sell over 500 euros per piece, and people go crazy about them. The man in India didn't have a market of his carpets in his local place, which is very common in any society that's developing, that the old-fashioned traditions are disappearing and everything new is in fashion. On the other hand, in developed countries like in this case Finland or Europe, these very things are valuable because they have either disappeared or they are novelty in our markets. The man in the very beginning of the story thought that he needs to go away from his business and start something new. He didn't need to do that. We are selling those things in Finland now. His son, who was a migrant worker in one of the big cities in India, returned back to the home village and is now doing his father's very business, and in cooperation with his father, making those carpets. On top of giving a profession for 2 people, at least, in India, we are also saving an old tradition of nomad carpets. So there is a benefit of giving employment by finding a market for diminishing market, saving a traditional design or a traditional handicraft in India, and on top of that, diminishing migrant worker problems, because this is home-based industry that doesn't need people to migrate from their home village to big cities. 3 social impacts on one business model.
Yeah, very interesting clip, a different social impact, and I link this with the things which we have been trying to discuss so far here. But before that, I should have commented on some terms. For example, political economy. If someone asks you what is the meaning of political economy, it is the same thing which I was giving examples of for last maybe 20 minutes or so. Uh, Political is linked with the politics, the government, the type of policies the prime ministers, presidents, the cabinets are going to come up with, and economy is overall economical infrastructure. So the impact of politics, political decisions on economy, and the impact of economy on political decisions also, because sometimes economic situation of the country is not good and the political leadership has to take difficult decisions which people are not going to like. Maybe the rate of inflation is going to go high in the country, things are going to become more expensive, and that is maybe economy is not doing something. In other words, there are no production, nothing major going on which the country can sell in the overseas market. There is, and the thing is that no matter which country you look at, every country has something to offer to the world. Every country. Every country is good in something. It is just like human beings, all of us, 24 friends sitting here, all of us are excellent, exceptional in something, which others are not. Katie is definitely great in something which maybe Linda is not. Linda is great in something which I am not. Yeah, and so on. Yeah. So same ways with the country, it is many times lack of proper management. The wastage. There's so many waste happen sometimes. So that you might want to reflect on. So political economy, reflect on that. And for this, I have posted this map for you. The funny world map shows what every country leads the world in. Look for your country. There has to be something which your country leads the world in. So look for your country, Estonia, Finland, Germany, whatever, wherever you are coming from, Jamaica, and so on. You can just look into this article and see, what. So spend maybe some time in it, and then we want to pay a little bit attention to international trade, international business, and how it is linked with politics, political situation, economical situation, and so on. So for that, I showed you this one example, but I have posted other example. You will have to watch them in your on time. We don't have time to watch all the clips live, but they are there after the session. Maybe if you have time, or tomorrow before the session, you can watch the all of them are short clips, 3 minutes, 4 minutes, something like that. Importance of face saving in China. Be proactive with government relationships, try to improve them if you are international business, how it is going to help you, and so on. Problems with authorities can be an opportunity for success, opportunity for growth. This is very interesting clip, because many times when international businesses face problems, they because of some regulation which they don't understand in that country, they don't have good feelings for that country many times. But when you will watch this clip, the guy very nicely explains that those little problems which you have in any country because of their laws, regulations, they can be the opportunity for growth for the business also, if dealt properly by better decision making, which we spoke about, better negotiation, which we were speaking about yesterday also, and so on, make the linkages and so on. Here is one example I have posted for you. Let's look at quickly what it is talking about. Yeah, look at this. This is the Prime Minister of Canada, good country there. And then look at what he is doing here. Canada's greatest strength is its skilled worker. Skilled workers, skilled workforce. If your country does not have skilled workforce, then why those type of international businesses are going to come in your country, which will require engineers, which will require data scientists, which will require software engineers, technology related engineers, some skills, some techniques in artificial intelligence, and so on. Yeah, so skilled worker. Last night, Prime Minister spoke with Microsoft and the CEO of Microsoft, maybe, and then the other people. And in the picture you can see that, how the prime minister level person, top person in the leadership, is sitting with who is he sitting with? He's sitting with Microsoft. What is Microsoft? Microsoft is international business. That is the power of international business if it becomes successful. That is the power. That is the power. In your country, if the chief of Coca-Cola, chief of McDonald's, chief of KFC, these are international brands, wants to meet the top leadership of the country, how hard it is going to be? What do you think? Is it hard? Now, Prime Minister is going to, would love to meet. He's going to, yes. What can we do for you? How we can make business easy for you? How you can create more jobs for our people? How you can skill them? All of those things. So countries, even what I'm trying to say, that international businesses are so important that countries depend on them. Countries, the prime minister level people want to meet. And then now I want to link it with my first day. Why do you think I spent whole 3 hours in idea? Why? Why? Why I was saying think about becoming entrepreneur? Why? Why? No matter it is a small business, it's okay. Don't worry about the size. Small. Remember, you were very small when you were born. You could not even walk or anything. You are very small, and now you have grown up over the years. Yeah. The same way, small ideas, small businesses. People have sent me examples in their reflections. I remember you guys were sharing in the chat also. Some friends came on voice and shared. So I'm aware of those examples which you shared with me. Put them in the chat there. Put the link of your business, promote it, make friends. How yes, I know some friends are in Estonia and they are importing something from Turkey. You have Turkish people right sitting there. These are very smart Turkish people. They are like engineers and trying to become engineers, and they are Are nice, friendly people there. So link with them, see what are the exchange. They are friends from other countries, Bangladesh, developing countries. Join, see what can we do together. Is there any, try it, no problem. Or small thing, try something small. It's not asking you to make a big risk and then everything fails and you say, oh my god, what happened. No, the small things start. Who knows, this is how international businesses become. This is how Jeff Bezos, how he is richest man now, but he was not. He was ordinary guy. He started with that, with something, and then over a period, you will not become Jeff Bezos, but you will become something else. Yeah, you will become something else. So that is how I look at it. International business idea. So think about it. Yeah, frozen. Like I want to import frozen Turkish food. Yeah, so there are some friends in Turkey. See, make them go in the grocery stores. Make them talk with the suppliers. What is the option? Learn about how to import. Import a small thing. Import small shipment. Whatever you can afford. Import the way international business. You do you need money for international business? Not always. You want a supplier says that okay, yeah, you can do various things there. They many times this is they don't want all the money upfront and those type of things. Yeah, so these are some things to reflect on and see and where it goes, what happens. And even if nothing happens, even if no business happens or anything, you will make a friend in some other country. That is I think that is fine also. Even if nothing happens, that is fine, no problem. But think about some type of entrepreneurial activity. But I think I made the points in the first session, but I'm just trying to link. This is a very good, interesting why good ideas get trapped in valley of death. I would have loved to play it, but again, it takes time to play the clips in session. So please watch this, ensure that your idea don't goes in the valley of death. It's a very short clip and very interesting one. Run some Google search on contextual intelligence. Yeah, that is interesting. Comment communication, all of these type of things. I have made posting for this excellent podcast. I enjoyed it. It is a little longer, so and you can listen it before going to bed when you are scrolling unnecessarily on social media. Just take out this podcast, close your eyes, listen to it. If you like it, listen all of it. If you don't like it, close it. No problem. But give it a chance. It's there. Play it. See if you like it. Maybe you will like it. If you like it, listen. Don't like it, don't listen. You don't have to listen. There's no exam or anything. It's not you have to listen and you have to memorize. These are these are some of the very big billion-dollar international businesses which personally speaking I like. So I said let me showcase them to you. You will be you will be and all these friends, Kathy and all these friends, they are doing some things. I know that from, I'm saying these things by reading their reflections. So maybe you don't know that what these other friends are doing. You just start talking with them. That what are you doing? Exchange email or something. It's a 5 minute chat. It's not going to take forever. What are you doing? What are you interested in? You are what project you are doing? And just many people are doing small things in the based on what they are reflecting on. Yeah, I don't want to take people's name because I don't know who wants to do something with others and who does not want to. So that's the only reason I'm not taking anyone's name. But you are there, you are in the chat. There is no restriction from my side. You exchange information and see how it is. Anyways, Unilever and P&G, Procter and Gamble. Yeah, Unilever and Procter and Gamble. Yeah. So now, not sure if you would be very much familiar with these names, but I want to show the brands they make, the products they make. Like, look at this. This is what um, these are different things which Unilever makes. Rexona, Sunlight, Ben and Jerry, Lifebuoy. See how diverse acts different, how different brands are there. Like every day, 2.5 billion people use Unilever products. 2.5 billion every day, every day. So you might not be familiar with the company Unilever, maybe, but you and me use their brands. How many people don't have clean drinking water? And then compare that number with 2.5 billion people use Unilever products, and they are in different industries: home care, beauty, personal care, and so on. So spend some time on this website. Let me see very quickly if I can show you a little bit uh, more detail. If all brands, okay, here all brands: Axe, Clear, Comfort, Cornetto, Dove. Dove alone is a very big business, very big business. Grow and Lovely, Knorr, Lifebuoy, yeah, Lipton is a big, Lux, big, yeah, and they have 9 pages of this, 9 pages, yeah. Sunsilk, Surf, Ben and Jerry. So I just want to quickly go through them. Look at these brands and see which ones you are familiar with. Yeah, in your country, or you use their products. Lakme, Pears. Yeah. This morning I took shower from Pears soap. Very nice. Smells very good. Transparent soap. Ponds. Yeah. Yeah. Sunlight. VO5. Vaseline. Vaseline is very interesting. Yeah. Walls. I'm just showing you Taza, Taj Mahal. Yeah. This is one international business. One, and the name is Unilever. And look at how many brands they are and how they are in different areas. In different areas. Rafan, yeah, and so on. This is one business, Unilever. Unilever, one business. So now you need to read on Unilever. You need to read on Unilever how they are able to manage so many brands. How do they diversify their portfolio of products? How do they manage different promotions? Why you and me don't know the name Unilever, but we know their products and they are in our house? How do they go about all of these things? What are the challenges they face? Yeah, it's a very interesting. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. This is what I want from you guys. This is what I want from you guys. This is what I want from you guys when I'm talking. Beautiful, Arto. Thank you very much. 50 billion euro. 50. And you saw the GDP of your country or of my country. Not, don't take me wrong. Not talking against any country. You know that. No, I can also search for Jamaica if you know, because then people are going to say, oh, he did not search for Jamaica. There you go. All right, there you go. This is where Jamaica is. Yeah, this is what you need to look for. This is what you are need to look for in your own time. I can't say everything myself. It's not possible. Just 2020, 50 billion euro they made. 50 billion. And many people don't know the name Unilever. Many people don't know. How many of you don't know about Unilever? Never heard the name? Yeah, ask yourself. Many don't know. Even let's say all of you know, just go out and do a survey. Ask people, do you know Unilever? Just go in your university, ask them, do you know Unilever? Ask them, Unilever. Majority are going to say, what is Unilever? I don't know what is Unilever. Majority. Yeah. This is where they are. They're brands. So you need to now, you need to read about these things now. How on earth a company, how did they start? How did Unilever start? How did Unilever start? Who are the leaders of Unilever? Listen to their talks on YouTube. See what is happening. What are their future projects? What are they working on? These things are available online. Uh, Go on their website. See, go on the news press. What are they doing? Yeah. Beautiful, Melissa. Very good. Yeah, this is what you need to do. Great. More than a lot of countries. More than a lot of countries. More than a lot of countries. Yeah. Nestle, 90 billion. 90 billion. What type of, how they started? They started small, man. They did not have nothing going on. So these type of things, Melissa is using it. So very good. You guys are on the right track. Now you don't have to look at everything which I'm saying. You just see what excites you, and then from there you are going to look into this. Like another one is the one I showed you, Unilever. Next one I want to show you, P&G. What is P&G? Procter and Gamble. Procter and Gamble. $1 billion business. $1 billion. Read these things. Go and read this. Sustainability, ethics, responsibility. We spoke about it. Read it. Equality, inclusion, gender, gays, lesbians. This you need to look at this. Race. We spoke about these things. Race. How do you look at different colors? I asked you this question yesterday. Yeah. Look into this. Gender, male, female gap. Yeah, community impact. Lead with love. Lead with love. What a beautiful line. Lead with love. We spoke about lead with purpose. Yeah. You have to make linkages of all these things. For example, when we were talking culture, I don't know if you are going to listen or whatever, but this is what you need to listen to. Create a culture of innovation. This, how purpose can drive innovation. Lead with purpose. This, need to watch it. It's how long it is, how much time it's gonna take.
Through my online store alone, we've sold over 500,000.
Yeah, just 2 minute clip. Yeah, so play it, watch it, and see how it is linked with other things. Yeah, so lead with love, lead with purpose. This is a new thing. Lead with love. So go on different websites and see how, what are they saying, what are the things they are using. Anyways, I want to show you, just show you the diapers, Pampers. Now Pampers is, which country does not have Pampers? Your country does not have Pampers? I doubt that.
We have.
Yeah, see, it's Pampers is just Pamper alone. Just run a Google search, how much money Pampers make. Just this alone. People are having children a lot all over the world. Maybe in some countries the child growth is less, but just Pampers alone is a lot of money they are making there. Ariel, yeah, look at these. Tide, Bounty, Puffs, always My God, almost every girl knows about Always. Almost every. Yeah. Almost. If you are talking about globally speaking. I don't know about your country. I will have to run some search, but globally speaking, Always. Yeah. Tampax. If you don't know Always, you would know Tampax. Yeah. Gillette. You know how much money Gillette makes. Gillette. Run a search. And so what the point, Head and Shoulders, Herbal Essence. Yeah. So the point is here that look into these businesses, how they were able to do these things, what are their leadership saying, listen to their interviews, see what type of things they are going through. Can you do something around those things? Of course you cannot. Oral B crest, amazing portfolio, amazing. It's easily $1 billion business, and $1 billion mean $1 billion US, easily. Their one brands are quite high, and then you compare with the national GDP of countries, and then you realize what is the importance of international business and so on. I want to talk about this example now and link it with the things I was talking about, apology, and we just saw about LGBT rights, LGBT rights. This is yeah. The shaving brand Gillette has seen its profits from there to there. Yeah. Very good, very good, very good, very good. Tell us, Melissa, tell us whatever was exciting there in the chat, so everyone can maybe one or two lines if you can. What was exciting? What was happening, and so on. Share it with the with the rank. And so, good points about the money they are making now. In your own time, you need to read a little bit about the companies, how they were able to do this, what is their strategies, what is how do they expand in international markets, because these are international businesses, so they expanded in international market. So read it, like how did they came in Turkey, how did they came in Finland, how did they decide that they came in Jamaica. Yeah. What is their strategy? Are they coming themselves, or they are doing joint partnerships? Are they coming in as greenfield investment or brownfield investment? Read about these terms. Greenfield investment. Yeah. Greenfield investment. What is greenfield? And look at this, greenfield versus brownfield investment. Yeah. Run some Google search. How companies enter into other countries, like most of the fast food businesses, how do they enter? It's a franchise. You buy a franchise or something like, or sometimes it is co-ownership. Yeah. Some different strategies are there. Yeah. So start looking at those things. We would like to discuss them during this course, but briefly you need to start looking at these type of things which I am telling you in your own time. This I need to show you. I was spending some time in talking about apology and making mistakes and those type of things. I want to touch it with a little bit of a sensitive topic, so don't take it anything. It's I'm saying all the things in the light mood and just in the learning mood. So this is a company, it is international business, $1 billion business. If you like pastas, this is the company you must have heard. Barilla, they are very big company, $1 billion business, pastas and these type of things they make. Other things also they make. This is their portfolio, but I am discussing it for some other reason. Let's watch the clips and let's see what they are going to tell us.
We
Let's
all
watch.
know the crazy chaos caused by trying to use more than one app for property. world's largest pasta maker in decidedly hot water for some controversial comment made by its chairman. Barilla now getting heat and facing a boycott because the boss said he would never use a gay couple in ads. It sent the social media universe into an absolute firestorm yesterday. ABC's Paula Ferris has the story.
If you've ever cooked spaghetti, Barilla pasta cooks right every time. Chances are you've had one of these iconic blue boxes in your cabinet. The choice of Italy. But this morning, Barilla, one of the world's leading makers of pasta, is finding itself in hot water after the head of the family-owned company told an Italian radio station his company would not feature same-sex families in its ads, saying that if gay customers don't like it, they can, quote, eat someone else's pasta. Guido Barilla says the backbone of his 136-year-old brand is its family image, which he defined as a husband, wife, and children. Within hours, anger on social media reached a boiling point. Model Chrissy Teigen, the wife of singer John Legend, tweeted, "Yikes, bye-bye, me using Barilla." And this morning, a Twitter hashtag for a boycott is trending worldwide.
A statement like this is made. On the other side of the world, it becomes a controversy within a matter of minutes. At the speed of a tweet, it becomes a controversy.
The pasta powerhouse eclipses $500 million a year in U.S. sales alone, which could now be affected.
Something like this doesn't happen in a vacuum these days.
All of which means, without an apology, those comments could now cost Barilla a pretty penny. For Good Morning America, Paula Ferris, ABC News, New York.
Many are eager to see what is going to happen with the bottom line.
Yes, so what is happening here? Yeah, what is happening? What do you think happened here? There's a guy, old-fashioned guy. He makes a lot of money. He has established his business. He's old now, relatively older, not very old, but relatively older. And he has his own way of thinking. He has his ethical, moral, religious values. And he does not like gays, and I also don't like gays, of course. I don't, personally speaking, in my own capacity, I don't support gays and lesbians. I am sorry if someone is sitting in the session who support them, but I'm just talking in my personal capacity and my religious, where the religion I come from and all of those things, my brought up, they discourage that type of behavior. So from that angle, I'm saying it. And with the same angle, the old guy with the old values, if I can call it whatever you want, he came out and he said that, yes, I make this pasta and I'm very influential and whatever, but I don't make it for gays and lesbians, and they can have something else. But this thing backfired. So what I'm trying to say, that in international business, you can have your own opinion, just like I shared my opinion about gays and lesbians, because I come from, I'm a Muslim, so from that angle, it is prohibited in my book and my brought up and all of that. So from that angle, I am saying this, and that is fine, maybe. But if I am running an international business, then I need to think a little bit that should I say it out loud or no? Because what is the most important thing for international business? Please make link. We spoke about it like 1 hour, 2 hours ago. The most important resource for any business is their customer. And customer can be anything. They can be Christians, they can be Jews, they can be gays, they can be whatever, this is in their life, whatever they want, they can be. You are selling a product to that customer, and your product is for any customer. There is no black, there is no white, there is no Muslim, non-Muslim. It's your product. Yeah. So, but he said what he wanted to say, and he did not say anything wrong. He spoke what his values were, what he felt is right. Yeah. But then what was the backlash? You saw in the clip, people stopped. People were boycotting his product. Is a big thing. You can read on that. And just to show you that how influential he is, look at this. the Barilla guy meets Italian president for whatever he wanted. So he has access to the presidents of the country. Just like I explained you, international businesses, they want to meet someone. It's not hard for them if they are big. If they are big, it's not hard for them. So this is what this is the guy. Yeah. So he's a powerful guy. He's a rich guy, and he came out and he said, well, my pasta, if you have certain type of behavior, you don't have to buy my thing. And we are not just talking about LGBT. We are talking about any type of discrimination, like against any type of sect, any type of race, whatever. So what I'm trying to say, you have to be careful when you are international business owner or manager. Your most important thing is your customer, and Melissa mentioned that the feelings and those type of things, you have to be careful. So what happened afterwards? The Barilla guy said that don't buy my things, and when his business felt the fire, when people started boycotting, that also tells us that the number of LGBT is definitely growing in the world. You might not like it, I might not like it, but this is the world we are in now. So what happened after, when the profits started to go down?
Yesterday.
There was an apology. Now look at his face. This is the guy. Look at his face. Is he looking happy? He's looking sad. Look at what is happening and listen to his body language and what he is going to say. It is very short, so pay attention to what he is going to say. Essentially, he is going to apologize for something he felt is right, but he had to apologize because the company started losing customers and money.
Yesterday, I apologized for offending many people around the world. Today, I'm repeating that apology. Through the entire life, I've always respected every person I've met, including gays and their families, without any distinction. I've never discriminated against anyone. I've heard the countless reaction around the world to my words, which have impressed and saddened me. It is clear that I have a lot to learn about the lively debate concerning the evolution of it. In the coming weeks, I pledge to meet a representative of the groups that best represent the evolution of the family, including those who have been offended by my words.
My God.
Yesterday, I apologize for offending many.
This is what happens. You know, you might think that you are ethical and what you are saying is absolutely correct, but it can backfire. Please pay attention here. You are saying, yesterday I apologized. So yesterday he apologized. I just did not show you that clip. That clip you can find and watch it. Now he's coming again, because when the yesterday's apology came, the reaction was that people were saying that his apology is not convincing. He's just saying it. So his company is making him do it again. And do you think was he convincing this time? Look at his face. Look at, he's convincing. He's just saying it. He maybe does not believe what he has to say. He's saying, I have a lot to learn still at that age, and I will never discriminate against anyone. Yeah. And he said that he's willing to meet the representatives of the people who he might have offended. And who are those people? Is the people which he does not really appreciate in his private personal life. But he had to now say all of these things. Yeah. What I'm trying to say? I'm trying to say that in your private personal life, you can think the way you want to think. That is, yeah, yes, Tiffany, very good. Yes, he is just reading the script. He is not really, but he had to do that. He had to do that. So what I'm trying to say, in our private personal life, we all have our beliefs about God, beliefs about religion, what is moral, what is ethical, all of those things, and that is what it is. That is fine. But when you are in international market, then you have to be mindful about this, because people are going to react very differently to different things. And our friends in the chat are saying that this apology which you saw is very robotic and he does not mean it. Now you can imagine that how bad his yesterday's apology would be. This is like rehearsed. This is like second time he's doing it. But this is what it is. Very interesting. So reflect on these things. Yesterday I told you that today I'm going to extend the time 1 more hour, so I'm going to stay with you 1 more hour. But if you have some emergency and you have to do something and whatever, and you want to go, no one is holding you. You can go, and the things are posted on the website. You can watch them in your own time. So I'm not like forcing you to stay. I would be happy if you can, but different people have different situation, different times in different countries. So then you will have to just go through the website and spend time on that. If you want to do that, that is fine. But I'm going to stay 1 more hour, so you can decide. And if you want to leave, there is no problem in that. So your grade or anything, I'm not looking at who is leaving and who is not leaving. Those things are, those things, your reflections, the course assignment is posted on OMA. You are you are you are evaluated on those. You are evaluated on your participation in class, like for example, the how you comment, how you are, all those type of things which are posted. So but if you can stay. If you cannot stay, no problem. Yes, Kubra, okay, take care. Anyone who wants to leave, you can leave very quietly, and we are going to continue. All right, so all these things which I have been saying for some time, link it with government policies and international trade. Please reflect on how government policies, how political leadership is going to impact various types of businesses, uh, how leadership style can impact all of those things. You are going to make the link between government policies and all of these things, and previous discussion, whatever I have said on Monday, on Tuesday, and today. Yeah. The topic of discussion, conversation, next topic is foreign direct investment. Yeah, foreign direct investment. This is the lifeline for any business. Lifeline for any business. Foreign direct investment. The companies, international businesses, all different types of people. They are bringing in money. Yeah. Yes, Tiffany. No problem. Please sleep well. No problem. It's okay. Yeah. So foreign direct investment, uh, bringing in bringing in bringing in investments. uh, so direct investment, uh, indirect investment, you would want to think about those type of things. I'm going to go through some postings and make some remarks. In your country, look in your country and see, um, look in your country and see what type of multinationals are in your country, in fast food, in clothing, in oil and gas, whatever it is. What type of multinational companies are there in your country? What type of investments they have done in your country? You would want to reflect on those type of things. Yeah. So look at, so maybe it's your country does not have a lot of multinational companies. So why is it that your country does not have a lot of multinational, because maybe the government policies are not very favorable. Maybe the laws and regulation, it is not very easy for a new business to come and set up. Maybe the crime is the problem. Yeah. Maybe other infrastructure issues are there. Yeah. Yes, no problem. I understand Hong Kong is very late in the night, so please sleep well. Yeah. So this multinational thing you would want to think about, and if you have a country where you have a lot of multinational there, then it is not just by chance. Your government, your political leadership has created some type of policies which are helping multinational companies to come in. So you would want to look into those type of things. For example, investment policies. Just run a Google search. Investment policy, government, um, any government, Pakistan, just any country you can. What is the investment? I just want. I never did it before, so I want to see what is, if they have any policy or not. Very good. They have, it's the government website, invest.gov.pk. So it's a government website where they have put in investment policy. Yeah, here it is. Yeah, and then look at this. We are discussing foreign direct investment. So they are talking about FDI in that. Yeah. So in same way, you can just here, you can type your own country there, and then see, go on government websites and see board of investment. It's very interesting. Yeah. So look at this. It's very good. Ease of doing business. We spoke about it, I think, yesterday. Ease of how easy it is to start the business. Ease of doing business index we spoke about. Ranking we spoke about. Yeah. So see, they're going to talk about these same things. So don't get overwhelmed, and don't think when I am asking you to run some Google searches or something, I feel that you are not prepared. If you are listening to what I am saying and you are running the Google searches and all of that, I know that you can read these type of things. That is why I am asking you to look into these things, and it's not hard. It's not hard. It's very, and the way these documents are written, they are written in a way that they are easy to understand also, because you want to attract investors. So investors, you want to make it easy for them to understand the laws, regulations, and so on. But do it for your country. You don't have to do it for the country I am doing for. Yeah. So multinational, look into that. I want to play this clip. Let's see what they are
Over the
talking
past decade, Ethiopia has been one of the world's fastest growing economies. Rising exports, supported by favorable external conditions, have been key drivers of this growth. This, in turn, has helped to create jobs and earn foreign exchange. Its expanding high-value flour industry and air services exports are notable examples of Ethiopia's self-discovery. A recent drop in export, however, has exposed underlying weaknesses.
Ethiopia over the last decade has made tremendous progress in terms of its economic development and also social developments. This can be seen from visible change in urban settings, in physical infrastructure like roads, energy access, water access, but also in a number of social indicators such as access to education, access to health, reduction in child mortality, etc. I think this is something that we obviously like to congratulate the government's effort and the progress that's been made, and that's very visible in terms of benefit to the people. Of course, this is not without challenges. One of the challenges we're seeing in Ethiopia over the last 2 years is weak performance in the export sector. And this is very important. This is a reflection of Ethiopia's competitiveness in the globalized economy, but also export earning is very important for Ethiopia for us to be able to continue to support the very large infrastructure investments. We did see that export growth has actually slowed and also actually gone negative over the last 2 years. This is a concern to us.
As exports have the potential to be a critical factor of economic growth, improving export performance and competitiveness is the main focus of the World Bank's third economic update for Ethiopia.
The main reason for doing that was that we saw a stark contrast between a very strong performance over the past decade with a very weak performance over the last 18 months. And we noticed that Ethiopia has a lot of sensitivity to price developments. So that opens a whole discussion about how Ethiopia can improve its export competitiveness agenda. Exports are very important to earn foreign exchange, to support imports of inputs and of capital equipment, and it's very important for growth. Ethiopia's export basket is characterized by being half of it in goods such as coffee and sesame seeds, and the other half being in services such as air transport services. And one good example is that Ethiopian Airlines is actually the biggest contributor on the export side for the Ethiopian economy. It's actually 3 times bigger than coffee. But export of goods are quite low. So Ethiopia has actually got the lowest export as share of GDP among populous developing countries at only 7% of GDP. Whereas given this level of development, it should really be at 17% of GDP.
According to the report, the government of Ethiopia can overcome these challenges and improve its export performance by adding more value to existing exports through branding and quality improvements, facilitating access to reliable power supply, credit, and foreign exchange, easing bottlenecks in trade logistics to ensure the timely and cost-effective shipping of containers, establishing industrial zones that follow international best practices, revising complex business rules that impede firm entry, especially high startup capital requirements and pre-registration bank deposits, improving its regulatory quality and implementing a pro-competition legal framework to promote private sector development, and ensuring a competitive real exchange rate.
So for Ethiopia to achieve middle income status by 2025, it's important to maintain high economic growth, but also that the economy undergoes a process of structural transformation. That basically means moving labor and output away from low productivity activities towards higher productivity.
I think Ethiopia would need to also improve its competitiveness. In a globalized economy, Ethiopia will have to compete with other countries to attract foreign direct investments, to generate a foreign exchange, to be able to support the tremendous capital investment that the country has put together over the last decade, and to be able to sustain this growth.
The World Bank hopes that the findings and recommendations of its third economic update will help Ethiopia unleash its significant export potential to facilitate its transformation into a middle-income country.
Yeah, very interesting clip, and now you need to make linkages of all different things which they mentioned in this clip. For example, they were speaking about foreign exchange, they were talking about creating industrial zone, they were talking exchange rates, how the exchange rates are set, like things you would study in basic economics course, those type of things. See how they are linked in this, and other things like, you know, you saw World Bank, a guy from World Bank comes in and he's commenting on, okay, these are some of the things which maybe Ethiopia should do. If Ethiopia do it like this, they will be able to improve the situation in the country and so on. But World Bank has their own agendas. If you ask me, for example, look at this third Ethiopia economic update, strengthening export performance through improved competitiveness. You can look up to these type of reports which IMF or World Bank, these type of companies, these type of international bodies, they make. And then what are the things they say? Scan through those type of documents. What are the rules, restrictions they impose, and so on, and other things. Like, I wanted to talk about Ethiopia because I wanted to show you Ethiopia because it's like a developing country, and maybe you never ran any search, I'm thinking, on Ethiopia per se. These type of things you would want to. I hope you paid attention to other things which you might have seen in the clip. For example, here when I was closing, it came to my attention. This you see, Maersk, Maersk. Yeah, are you familiar with this international business? Most people are not aware of this business, or they might have seen this in some clip, like just like you saw right now, but maybe you did not pay attention. So pay attention to these type of things, what is in the background and what is. So Maersk, let's run a Google search on that. Yeah, Maersk, Maersk. Yeah, what do they do? The Maersk, integrated container logistics supply chain services. Now, you want to understand various things which are happening in uh, in supply chain management issues. Yeah, read a little bit about the company. Look at this revenues. What are the revenues they are making? 40 billion, around 40 billion. Where are the headquarters? Denmark. Yeah, Europe. When we were saying that majority of the big businesses, they are coming from United States of America, and China is also doing pretty well. So it's a very interesting example to look at it. When I looked at this company, I learned quite a few things. So I encourage you uh, to uh, to participate and see uh, what is happening. Let's go on their Twitter handle, for example. Just uh, so look at their, what they are, together all the way, togetherness. What is togetherness? Togetherness is inclusiveness. You just saw uh, Procter and Procter and Gamble, for example. Uh, we just saw Procter and Gamble. Yeah. So what were they talking about? What is this? Equality and inclusion. So inclusiveness, inclusion, bringing people together is one business talking about that. Yeah. Now this, what is that? Together all the way. What is that? Inclusion, bringing people together. What is, so inclusion is so if your personality does not has inclusiveness, and your CV does not say something on in being inclusive, and you don't bring that out in your interview, and you are giving an interview to international business, do you expect that they are going to hire you? You need to talk about these things with them, like how important it is, inclusiveness, how you're going to bring gender equality and all of those things. Yeah, let's look at some other thing. uh, for example, this one, digitization and IT are taking center stage in enabling our customer to trade globally. Digitization and IT. Yeah, digitization and IT. Let's go in the chat. Let's go in the chat. Digitization and IT. Yeah. Look at this. Melissa went to one of those companies, diapers and so on, and I asked her, what did you see there? What did you see? And this is what she wrote. Pay attention. There was a lot of machine noise inside and all operations. All. I did not write it. Melissa is writing these things. All operations were handled by automation without any human touch. This is where the world is going. You can close your eyes now and don't pay attention. This is where the world is going. Now you are not gaining any skills on digitization, automation, and you are just studying what your school is teaching you, and you are not doing your own work. All the best. You are going to be in trouble very soon. Very soon. Digitization and IT are taking center stage. This is Mercer is saying that. So these are some things which, yeah, you want to think about. Anyways, I showed you this clip. You need to now reflect this in your own time, please. This was very important clip. If you want to rewatch it in your own time, this is you can do that. This clip they have made an unavailable. Wanted to talk about mistakes, but I think you got the point that mistakes, companies are going to make mistakes. This example was about Gillette, one of the things which Procter and Gamble makes, and they launched their product in India, but they did not do proper marketing research. The research and development team did not conducted the proper research on the real people, real Indian peoples who live in India in that environment. So because they did the test on Indians who live in US and not Indians who live in India, the product did not was not successful, and they had to re-enter that product in the market. Now you have to run some Google searches now, right? Procter and Gamble, Gillette going to India, backfired, and so on. You can read about that, or any company of your choice which makes some blunder in entering in the market. There are many examples, and if try to find, if you can't find, you write me an email and I can guide you more. uh, FDIs, foreign direct investments, I said couple of things on that. Multinational, I said some of the things. There are many positives of foreign direct investment. What are some of the positives? When investment is going to come in your country, what are some of the positives of that? Can you put some positives in the chat? When foreign direct investment, what happens in the country? Well, that product or service comes in the country. Jobs, very good, Nasir. Jobs come in country. Skills, skill set, training, money comes in the country. uh, um, other international businesses might want to come in that country because they see that this international business came in the country, so they will also follow. Yeah, they will also follow. If one international business goes, the next international business might also follow, and they might also want to come there. So that is interesting thing to look at. Yeah, so these are positives. What are some of the negatives? What can be some of the negatives when foreign direct investment comes in? Yeah, so there can be many negatives also. Foreign direct investment, a big international business want to come in the country, but when they are negotiating, they say that make us equal player, don't put any restrictions or tariffs or embargoes on us or our product. Don't do that. Profit goes out of that country. Very good, Nasir is linking with the discussion which we already had. Yeah, very good, excellent. Yeah, so profit, this is a disadvantage. FDI will come in, they will bring uh, it. Very good, it changes the market dynamics for local business. Local business will feel very pressurized if the government don't protect them. Protectionism, we spoke about that briefly. I asked you to run some searches, all of those things, and the role of government in all of that. So now I have made this clip there. Watch it and see how to balance out the positives and negatives of different types of foreign direct investment. And there are many different types of investment: brownfield, greenfield, through the company is going to come in your country, or the company is just going to export their product, and there will be some distributor in your country who is going to just distribute the product. So the company does not have to come in your country. Does not. They can just send their product and there can be some. So for example, when you guys are talking with each other about food products that from Bangladesh to Turkey or Turkey to Bangladesh, you are just playing a role of a supplier or distributor. You might become a distributor of a product in one country. What is so the company is not going there, but they say that you are the distributor. Yeah, but the company is looking for many things in the distributor. They are not going to make you or me for that sake. The distributor, what are some of the characteristics which distributor should have? He should have other brands for which he is distributing. So he would have the experience of distribution. He should have supply chain management. He should have the trucks, or maybe he can take on rent or something like that. He should have infrastructure. All of those. Trust. Distributor, trust. Many times things go wrong. He should be trustworthy. Yeah. All of those things distributor, and so those things you would want to think about. Please learn about global value chain. Supply chain management I mentioned in our interactions various times, but global value chain, yeah, globally connected, internationally connected. I made some postings. World Bank paper is there. Yeah, spoke about World Bank, IMF. See what they are saying. Try to make some conclusions and so on. What is this? Country evaluation and selection. How you are going to select a country that you want to go in that country. Yeah, I've spoken about these things. Um, Political situation, monetary situation, competitiveness. How competitive the market is there. You would want to think about that. Natural disasters. How often, Jamaica, we gave example yesterday. The storm was passing, and we had the disruption yesterday, and my I was like, my mind was also preoccupied, and I was looking at various things here, and the I was not able to share. Like right now, I'm speaking and I can share also. But yesterday, so what was the impact of that? Today we are sitting here. Yeah, we are sitting here. Yeah. So this time could be spent on something else, but we said, okay, let's see if we can make up a little bit. Yeah. Yeah. So because of that natural disaster, we don't have any control. Although it was not a disaster because it was not very heavy for us, but so this is if the country you are going to go will have these type of things, then you will have to be flexible. You will be able to, it is international business. This is a good thing we are going through because this is so much linked with international business. You are in different time zones. So you want to talk with someone in Jamaica, and he is your business partner, international business. Now you are staying up in the night in Turkey. You are sleepy. You are tired, but it's your international business. You are there. It's morning time here, so everything will be. It will be all of that. Yeah, these type of things you would want to think about. Nothing hard. Nothing hard. Uh, Easy stuff. Easy stuff to read and study. Very easy stuff, I think. But very difficult stuff to implement. How to do it? How to manage all of this? There so many things are involved in that. It's not a one-man show. International business is about team. If you are someone who cannot manage team, if you don't enjoy working with other people, if you don't have flexibility, those type of things are what makes international business. um, if you are a small business right now, then of course you can work on your own and you have one or two partners, and that is different. But if you are going to grow and really become something on a global level, then you have to accommodation different cultures, different practices. Then you are not going to like maybe gays and lesbians, and you cannot comment on that. Or maybe you are you are you are Muslim, but and you have some comments against other religion, you cannot make those comments. So you have to, this is what it is. If you will, well, you can, but then there will be a price. So these are quite a certain, what I'm trying to say is a certain personality is required. It's a personality development to be successful in international business, and a certain personality is required if you want to become international business manager for some company. It's a and it is very rewarding. I have seen that international business managers, they are highly paid. Everything is paid. Their accommodation, their traveling. They don't have to. I wonder where they are going to spend their money, because everything is taken care of by the company. That their telephone expense, they have their all different. If they reach that level, of course, not for everyone. You have to work hard and reach some place. But it's a good job, but it requires a lot of things in oneself, which, and that is why, that is, now you can think that uh, that is uh, uh, that is these type of things you will have to maybe think about, and and uh, and see what can be. You can go through these some of the slides if you want, or just run some searches and read a little bit, just to sensitize yourself, if you don't if you don't know about FDIs, or this is the first time you are hearing, but I doubt that you know that those type of things. um, Regional economic integration I want to touch on, please. um, Actually, we did speak about it in our earlier discussion, where we were referring to European Union. What is EU? EU is a regional economic integration. I gave you example of CARICOM, which is Caribbean, in the Caribbean, Jamaica and other countries. Yeah, what is that? That is, so our friends in Hong Kong, they would have their own integration, a group of countries which are in that block, and any country which is in that block, it is easier for them to travel in those countries. They can find jobs and so on. Yeah. So what is that? That is integration, being part of integration. And we spoke about what are some of the challenges which UK faced, or will face, or may face, because they want to come out of, they are out of, it's Brexit. Britain exits from the EU. So the point I want to make is, it's always good to be part of integration. UK did what they did. You know how that happened. It is, they took voting from people, and people sometimes don't know government policies. Why did people vote it against? Why British people, majority of them, they voted against staying in the EU, because they thought that too many foreigners in their country, too many people from other countries are coming and making a living, so they did not like it. They said, we want our own things there. uh, we don't want foreigners to come so much. They are all, so you go to London, it's not British people you are going to see. You are going to see, all different type of people, all different. You are going to see Indians, you are going to see all different type of people there. So British people is not good for that. It's a drawback also in this, because when too many foreigners are in your country, then what is the culture of your country is a thing to look at. Other countries, like refugee situation in different countries. Refugees coming, taking, in Pakistan, I think something is like Afghanistan, there is trouble. US is leaving, or they have left, I think. I'm not following news, so please see what is the newest development. But I trust that US left Afghanistan after how many years? 20 years of, it happened in 9/11, 2001, yeah, when they came in, and they are leaving after around 20 years, and they did not win. They, is the Taliban are still there, yeah. So, but they want to portray that they won. They are going as winner. But look at the situation in Afghanistan. Just type what is happening. Yeah, it's chaos. So what is happening? The people from Afghan people are going into other countries for refuge. So when they come in, there are many problems which are going to happen. Yeah, in other countries it is happening. Our friends from Turkey are sitting here. They know what is happening in Turkey. It is, there's some unfortunate things are there. When Turkish people are very welcoming, they are very open, they are very hospitable. Yeah, they share their things with other people. They are, you go to their house, they open the house for you. They are, whatever they are eating, they are going to give you better than that. Yeah, this is how, generally speaking, not everyone, but generally speaking, that is what their tradition has been. But is it going to remain same? Maybe not, because there are some problems with the refugees which is going to change their behavior. It is not their fault, but this is how it is. Yeah. So in the economic integration, same thing for the UK said, we don't want to live in the integration. Same issues. All different European people want to go there to find work. They can't create so many things. Over the years, this happening. Over the years, 3.6 million people. Yeah, so it is good that they are helping Syrian refugees, and our respect to Syrian brothers and sisters. And it's a difficult time for them. Everyone should help them. All of that thing is true, but everything has economic cost also. That money, some Turkish people can think that if we did not have these refugees, then we can spend that money on our national development. I don't know. Maybe, it can happen. It can happen. If they are not thinking now, they will think in some point in time. Not everyone, but some people. So these are very tricky topics. So what I'm trying to say, as an international business manager or a student of this, you need to be very open to these type of discussions and learn about international relationships, what is happening in the world. You need to know these things. Maybe you are in Estonia and Finland, and these things maybe don't directly hit you, what I said about Afghanistan, what I said about Turkey, and so on. But you need to understand these things, what is happening. So now when some friends are saying that, okay, let's bring something, let's start some business initiative with Turkey and those, you need to think about these things also. What is going to happen in the future? Yeah, people will have to be mindful about these things. What has happened with other countries where number of refugees increased? You can read online. I don't need to tell you many times. um, Estonia is home for uh, Pili, what did you say? 50 as in 50, or you forgot to put the number, like it is what, 50? Just 50 alone, 50? Maximum was 190. See, look at that. So Estonia is why Estonia is not very open to refugees and so on. Yeah, there is reasons. There are reasons for that. Yeah. So many times countries, but then Syrians are Muslim and Turkish are Muslim. We have a book, we have our teachings of Prophet, peace be upon him. All those things combined together, and then same thing for Pakistan. Afghanistan is Muslim, Pakistan is Muslim. Or Palestine, what is happening in Palestine, all these. So it's not directly linked with international business, but knowing knowing what is happening in the world, I think it is very important, because you are going in international stage. You need to be aware of these things, because you will be meeting people from those countries. You will be meeting up with people from from those countries. So historical understanding of what happened with Germany, what are the bad times Germans went through. You need to read on that. Yeah, I don't want to go on it, but just a little Google search is going to tell you a lot. You don't have to spend so much time. Learn about other countries, what is happening, what is their past. So when you are in conversation with them, you don't bring in touchy topics. Yeah, you don't talk about touchy topics with someone. So you want to know what are the light topics. If I'm talking with this nationality, what are the topics I can talk with, and where I need to comment and where I need to don't comment. I am just saying different things which different people react differently, but I'm just saying it because we are just exchanging ideas here. So in that, but if I'm talking with someone on a one-on-one, then I'm a little bit more mindful what topic of discussion is better and what is not. So regional economic integration is, I think, very important. We spoke about like Asia, look into Asia, look into um, uh, ask in the chat when tomorrow or day after tomorrow, we still have 2 days. Hong Kong friends are here. Ask them what do they feel about their relationship with China. So it is one thing to read online about the relationship between Hong Kong and China, but when you are going to ask them and uh, um, is going to tell you something. Of course, you don't have to ask in front of everyone. Of course, yeah. So you have to be sensitive about that. Maybe take their email, and when you are one-on-one, you can talk about whatever you feel like, depending on the other person. If other person is responding to your email, you can look into those type of things. From this side of the world, just for your exposure, I can tell that Jamaica is part of integration, which is called CARICOM. You can now read about that. CARICOM countries, CARICOM, Caribbean Community. This is what it is, CC. See what they are talking about. If you are interested, what are the member countries, you can look into this, Jamaica and so on. Yeah, many countries maybe you never heard about them or something like that, so it is good to expose yourself. And then if you will read the, for example, issues issues CARICOM issues, problems, challenges. Yeah, CARICOM challenges and opportunities. What are the key issues CARICOM, what are the problems. So it is coming from their own website, so maybe we can quickly scan through it. So these are what are the problems, what they are doing, what are the different relationship between different countries, what is happening. So for example, I can tell you that many times uh, Jamaicans think that, not all, but many times they think that we are not getting that advantage of being part of integration, economic integration, which is CARICOM, as other countries are getting. So we are not getting the same type of treatment. Yeah. Um, so many Jamaicans have that reservation. Now you can now link it with European Union, because most of you are from Europe. So I'm sure you are aware that I'm not going to name the countries, but there are countries in EU which feel very strongly that they are not getting benefit of being part of EU, but still they are part of EU, but they have their reservation. There are some countries which are getting more benefit. There are other countries which are not getting as much benefit for different reasons. So that is important aspect for international business management to understand and see. I mentioned some time ago that the way companies expand is changing because of the disruptions in internet and so on. I asked you to run a Google search on Netflix. Netflix expands to 190 countries back in the day. They were a smaller, they had the smaller expansion, but then they right away they expanded to a lot of, yeah, additional 130 countries. Yeah, they were maybe into 50 countries, and then very quickly they added 130 countries. So this is very interesting time of internet, where you can get the economies of scale and scope very very quickly, and so on. So if you are interested, you can read about that. Okay, I've said the things I wanted to say about um, yeah, and this is interesting point, very interesting point. Now, uh, how the international businesses price their products. Yeah, so in Netflix is an international business, so the price they are going to sell is going to be different in different countries based on uh, what is the purchasing power parity. Yeah, read about read about this purchasing power parity. Yeah, PPP, purchasing power parity, and look up for your country. Now you can type the country or whatever by country and see what comes up. Different countries, what is the purchasing power, and it's by OECD and so on. So you can look that up. So it's interesting point that different countries are going to have different price for which is set by international businesses. So one thing which is like for example iPhone is an international business, Apple, but the product of the price of iPhone is not same in all the countries. It is different. You can run some searches and so on. So sometimes what they are doing is a simple way they are making business, making money. They select some product which is cheaper in one country and bring it to their country which is more expensive. So it's, let's say the product is cheaper in Estonia, let's say, and then I will bring it to Jamaica because it is cheaper there, and it's just you are just bringing in and selling. If the price margin, you have to look at the pricing and the duties you are going to pay on the port and taxes and all of those things, and if there is any restriction which government of Jamaica has posted on Estonia, all of those things you will have to look into. But sometimes people do that. It is just that it's just find the product cheaper somewhere and find some place where you can sell it higher. It's not used, it's not even your country. You can find some place cheaper, bring it here, sell it at a higher price, all of that. But of course, a lot of work people have to do to make that thing happen. So there's different economic integrations, different type of coalitions. Russian bloc, yeah, you can look into that. China bloc, you can look into that. One route, China one route. What is that? China one road. One road, one belt. Look at this. Belt and Road Initiative. China. Read about this. This is the road. These are the roads. These are the roads. China is going to connect the world by roads, belts. Yeah. Silk Road, economic belt. Yeah. Read up on this. How many countries it is going to pass through and what are they trying to do? Very interesting. Very interesting. A project for the future. Look at that. BRI by country. How many countries are involved? Pakistan, Nigeria, Bangladesh, Indonesia, Malaysia. Constructions are happening. Ecological issues. Yeah. Ecological issues. Environmental sustainability. Human right issues. Yeah. All these type of things you would want to. It just came in my mind. Just so I thought I should share with you. This is how you're going to see how why it is important for American bloc. America, Canada, America and relationship of America with Canada. They have very good relationship. Why? Why? Because they are neighbors. Yeah, if you keep good relationship with neighbors, then you don't have to, you know, invest too much heavily on your there's not problem going on all the time. And that is one reason that, you know, America's growth is one reason that they don't have problem with their neighbors. So it helps them to grow. On the other hand, country, look at the map of the world. All the countries which have problem with the neighboring countries, they have a lot of problems. Yeah, a lot of problems. So that would be some things which you would want to look into. This foreign exchange market. I posted this clip for you. It's a very short clip. How the very easy to
When you
understand.
study at University of Canada West, you'll find
Please ensure that you go through it. I just wanted you to think. It's just 3 minutes long. It just explain you how the foreign exchange market is set up, the currencies and all of those things. A basic understanding. Yeah. Maybe you already have it, but I think this is important to have for a basic international business management course. So please watch it in your own time. How the foreign exchange market works. This one, international financial markets and monetary systems. I think I have already spoken about these things when I was speaking about, for example, IMF. I spoke about IMF when I was speaking about World Bank. These type of bodies, they are the ones which are international financial markets and monetary systems. For monetary system, you would want to please run Google search on your national bank, state bank of your country, whatever it is. I don't know the state bank of whatever. If you are India, State Bank of India, State Bank of India, what they are saying. So in your country, whatever is the regulatory body which monitors the systems, monetary systems, run a Google search on them, and they would have some policies. Yeah, some policies, some procedures. You can scan through them and see what they allow and what they don't allow. So these type of I did not make any much posting here because it's most things I have said already, IMF, but we can always add something. For example, IBRD, yeah, IBRD, International Bank of Reconstruction and Development. So read about this. What is this? Is a global development cooperation owned by 189 member countries. What do? They work closely with all institutions of World Bank Group and public-private sectors in developing country to reduce poverty and build shared prosperity. So what is this? These are some of the. This is why international financial markets, how to operate financial markets, foreign exchange, the price of what would be the price of euro, what would be the price of US dollar, Canadian dollar. They keep on changing every now and then. What impacts the change? Why some currencies are more stable than others? These are economics related topics. They are not directly international business. They are economics related topics. But I'm trying to say that for international businesses, you have to have good understanding of economics, economical economy, yeah, economy situation of different countries. So for that, economics and these type of things, monetary system and so on. Yeah, for global capital markets, I have posted 2 lectures which you can watch in your own time, either during this week or you can come back later whenever you want. Both of them combined together are going to take 1.5 hours of your time. This is 1 hour. London Summit 2015. So I posted 2015 is a little older, but you can look for the new one, yeah, where they were talking about maybe global markets, and watch that. Even if you will watch this, you're going to learn a lot. And this is a little talk by a professor from Columbia University. Yeah. So you should listen to both of these. Yeah, they are going to touch on some points, and listen to this and link it with the things which we have said during our 3-day interaction, and try to make your conclusions. Balance of payments, we spoke about it yesterday, I think. What is balance of payments? If you are importing more and exporting less, then because you are importing more, your foreign exchange is going outside of the country. So what is that going to do if you don't export a lot and lot of money don't come in your country? That is going to create imbalance of payments. Yeah, so it is and this is what happens in most of the developing countries, and then they go to these institutions like IMF and World Bank for loan and so on. Yeah. um, and finally, I want to just say a couple of lines on accounting and finance. The point I want to make is that accounting procedures are different in different countries. For example, there is if you are looking at accounts, you are looking at one is British way of looking at accounting, British way, and one is US way of looking at accounts. So whenever you are as international business manager, whenever you are looking at profit and loss statements, balance sheets, these type of things, always be mindful that um, uh, different countries may have different ways of managing accounts and finance. Yeah. So it's a very important thing just to have that observation, that you are looking at the papers, different countries, what type of system they are using. Is it British system, American system, and other things which you might want to. But then again, that is more about accounting. But as international business manager, I think this information is important, that different countries, they manage their accounts differently. So now if you are international business and you are giving services in different countries, then you will have to manage your accounts and finance in a separate way. When you are making your global balance and sheets, then sometimes it can be very tricky. Yeah. And then because there are legal requirements, there are regulations, government bodies are checking your profits, your losses, all of those things. Yeah. So how to manage that? So if you are interested in accounts, you can specialize in that area, that you are able to prepare the final accounts when the accounting statements are coming from different type of systems. Like for example, when we said when we were looking at revenues, for example, we spent some time. So this is the revenue for Nestle, yeah, Nestle. But Nestle is a very big international business, yeah. So they are in different type of countries. In different countries, Nestle making going through uh, different types of managing accounts. So how did they came up with this number? That this is quite exact, 91.43. Yeah, how they came up with this? So professional, very high level accountants are there who will distinguish and will measure that how to make the calculation from which are done in one system, and then to convert them and all of that. So these are some of the things which you might want to think about. Yeah. Now reflect on all of this, what we have been talking about. Yeah, just casually, like, well, you start with some idea, then the issues in globalization. Is it important? It is not important. Why it is important to understand the culture? What can be some problems? And look at the topics. We could just spend 1 week and just talk about culture. It's very possible. Just talk about culture. There are like 200 countries in the world. Yeah, it's cultural understanding. You can become expert in culture and work for international businesses. How to greet, how to do the meetings. You are expert in culture and you are working for Nestle. You are working for IBM. You are working for Nike. You are you are expert in culture. They need all these people. You are expert in ethical issues. You are expert in corporate social responsibility. You are expert in negotiation. You are expert in understanding national differences, trade theory, government policies. You make government policies. You help government make policies, different type of policies. What type of policy you want to become expert in? These are stand-alone topics. Stand alone. You don't have to look at all of these things. These are there just for your sensitization. You see which ones you like, and then you go deeper into the ones which you are really passionate about and interested in. Yeah, and so on and so forth. Yeah, so this is where we are now. Yeah, this chapter so next time when we meet, we are going to start talking about strategy. Yeah, these are supplementary topics. We won't do them together here. These are supplementary in your own time. They will supplement the discussions. Many of them are part of other courses. Many of them are part of the course we might do next week, productivity and quality management. So I might want to touch on them, but I just posted here for friends who won't be there with us next week, that these are some supply. For example, some of you have done change management already, so what I have posted, because you would appreciate that international business, so many different cultures, so many different environments, so many different regulations. Managing change in international market is going to be very important. But having said that, I think this is good. So this is where we are. Tomorrow we're going to start here. Thank you very much for staying, and all the best. And please enjoy your day or night or sleep well. And